What is up, everybody? Welcome back for another installment of No Huddle. What is going on? First of all, can everybody hear me? Let's make sure that's working. Should be working. I did test it again to make sure that it was working right. Another long week over with. Weekend here. Weather's warming up here. I don't know about anybody else. A lot of that snow we got last week's disappearing finally. But supposedly we got more coming. So we'll wait and see. So how was everybody's week? How was everybody's weekend starting tonight? What's new? What's good? The happy crap. So what's up, Jack? What's going on? What's up, Ian? What's going on, my guy? Wait, where is everybody tonight? It's a slow night. It's early though, I guess, too. Maybe I should push this back to 10 o'clock on Friday nights going forward. But remember, this guy runs on Duncan. There's Jason. What's up, Jason? Let's see. So I watched the combine today. Anybody else watch it? You expected what you expected today with the speed from these guys that were out there. I'll tell you what, if we needed a tight end, man, this was definitely there's some good tight ends in this group. Some guys with some good hands, some speed, some really fast ones. That kid Sadiq from Oregon, oh my God, that kid's a freaking beast. He ran a 4.39 today. It was insane. He's so fast. He's just got that build too. I will say when they were doing the sled though, some of them were not moving it very well. They weren't staying low. That was the problem. I hope we don't see that shit on Sunday with the offensive linemen if they still do the sled or not. Because good God, that some of those guys were just not good with the sled. We do have a voicemail from last week. Phone line's not open yet. Actually, we got two phone calls in. So 2 voicemails from last week, I should say. One came in Wednesday and one just came in at 9 o'clock. So we're gonna play those real quick right now, and then I'll open up the phone lines. So let's play this one. This came in on Wednesday, the 25th at 10:52 p.m. So let's see what this one is.
What's up, Jeff? My brother. I see watching the show now, and I just have to say it again to the Raider community and Raider Nation. Do not draft a number 1 pick quarterback that isn't going to be the savior. If he's not the savior, why draft number 1 when we have so many holes and no depth on this team? Trade back, build the inside out, get a veteran O-line in the free agency, get a veteran wide receiver, get people in the draft that are starting out, ready freak of nature athletes. We got the coaching staff in place. I love what we got. We got to keep building inside out and build this depth. The next year's class looks phenomenal with quarterbacks. I say we trade back with a team that's clearly going to be in the top 10 in the draft next year, and we have more to choose from. I think that's the way to go. Like, you know what I always say, don't draft Mendoza. Do not.
I think I know who that was. I won't say his name. Here's the next voicemail we have. Just came in a few minutes ago. Let's see.
Hello, Jeff. This is T. Dizzle from the IE in California. I was told to give you a call from a brother of mine that's down there by you guys on the East Coast. I'm a Chiefs fan. So all you New England fans out there, yeah. A guy from Cali that's a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I'm looking forward to this year's draft because we're supposed to be getting the kid from Notre Dame, the running back, and I trust in Andy Reid. So I'm looking forward to the season. I was actually looking forward to talking to you, Jeff. So hopefully I can call back and check in, man. I was told to give you a call. But if it's not a totally live show, wish you guys the best, and I'll try again. Thank you.
All right. Well, the phone lines are open right now. So if you want to call in, now's the time. So if you're listening to me there, T Dizzle, you can call back in now. I'll answer the line. So feel free to go ahead and call in. Let's see who else we got in here with us. Which QB's next year? I bet I don't know. He's almost at it, and I didn't say that. What's up, Daniel Berry? Bueno's in the house. What's up? Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I'm more worried about what we're gonna do this year than we'll worry about next year. But we shall see. So phone lines are open. If you want to call in, you can gladly call in. If I am on another line, I'll try and put it on hold, and I'll. There we go. We got a call. You're on No Huddle with Jeff.
Is this the huddle?
Yes, it is, sir.
How you doing, Jeff? This is the T Dizzle from the IE in California.
What's up, brother? Finally get to talk to you live now.
Yes, man. It's a pleasure, man. And I just want to put a quick spin on a couple of teams. I'm from Cali, but don't judge me too harshly, Jeff. I'm a KC fan, brother. Okay.
Yeah, it is what it is, I
know,
guess. Right?
Andy Reid, and look here, man. You know, on the upside, Andy Reid is from LA too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's from Los Angeles too, so that's a plus sign, man. But my buddy is a brother of mine. The word on the street is you have a take on the Raiders' overall first pick projected that you would do something else with it, Jeff. So, what exactly would you do with that number one pick?
If it were up to me right now, based on all the needs we have with this team, and especially now that we're going to be switching the defense up and running it a different way instead of going with the 4-3, going to a 3-4 now, and know what we have for guys on this roster and how there's some really good, extremely good talent that's going to be early on in this draft for defense, I definitely would be trading this pick back. I'd be moving back in the first round, getting it. Yeah, obviously you can get what you can get for it, but should be quite a bit with it being the number
You
one.
would trade back to what the number 3 for that kid out of
I mean,
Miami?
I would see what the Jets want to do first with them having the number 2, if they want to move up so they can get Mendoza, or do they want to do something different? You know, it's all on what other teams are looking for.
So if you're gonna stay with Geno Smith,
I mean, at this point, why not?
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But you got to look at it this way. So, the thing out there is, all right, so we cut Geno. Now we're at a dead cap loss of 18 mil for him if we cut him. Then we're going to spend money to bring in another bridge quarterback. So let's say it's Cousins. That's going to be about 30 mil right there too. So you're losing money to spend money. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you're better off. He's already on contract. You're better off just keeping him for one more year. Let him finish out that contract.
You don't think I'm kind of big on Cat playing 4 years in collegiate football? They seem to be more pro ready. Like a Mendoza, he went to Cal. He's so he has a higher IQ than a guy that came out, a 1 year shot guy like an Arch Manning that everybody been raving about. But I think, and me not being a Raider fan, but you got holes on that offensive line, and the center is pretty much, besides the quarterback, is the most important guy on that front line, man. He's a secondary quarterback, and this kid in the cat from Baltimore is going to be a free agent. I think you get the money to go and get somebody like that, shore up that front line, and you got your running back, because you got to protect the cat like Mendoza. I like the upside of him. The defense is going to be fine overall, but I think he's based on what I've seen, what we've seen from him, having a high IQ, loves to be in the film room, they said, played in big games. All you gotta do right now is be a manager. But you gotta protect him though, Jeff.
Oh God, yeah. See, and
You
this is
gotta
what gets
protect him.
misconstrued when I say trade back to pick. It's not that I don't trust Mendoza. I'm not doubting the kid's ability. I'm just looking at what we've got for holes and what we need to fill. So, two things real quick. Linderbaum, yes, and I agree with that because that's the one guy I was looking for us to try and grab right away. But hold on. Give me 1 second. How do I?
Good.
All right, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I had to put the other call on hold real quick. Someone else was just calling in. Linderbaum is a free agent. They turned down his 5th-year option. Supposedly, the rumor is out there that they offered him a contract, and it's going to be extremely high. It's going to be high, a little bit higher than what his market value is. So now we're going to be in a bidding war with Baltimore in order to get him. Okay. So that's going to cost us even more money. So if we can't get him, then we better hope in free agency we can either bring in somebody else that's obviously not as good as him. But if it all comes down to what we do in free agency, if we can't solidify something in free agency, whether it be defense, like if we can't get Linderbaum and we're going to spend money on one player, I want Lloyd from Jacksonville, the linebacker. Okay.
Okay.
That will
Okay.
definitely improve our defense immensely, just that one guy. But
Uh,
we still need a. We
are you
still.
gonna be able to keep Crosby?
Huh?
Are you gonna be able to keep Crosby?
Oh, well, that's the other issue too.
Max.
You know, if teams come a calling and the offer's too good to pass up, how can you pass it up? You know, and I keep
No.
saying this, Max
Right.
Crosby is not in the future plans for this team. He's not going to be here for that future, you know, long-term sustainability about this team as far as once we start getting to the point where if we're turning it around and we're making playoffs, we've only got him for 2 more years anyway with that contract
Right.
extension we gave him. You know, so
Right.
he's got injury issues, obviously. So if a team offers us something that's too good to turn down, you got to take it. Because if it's draft picks in return for him that we can use this year, then that's a bonus for us. You know, because we're going
Oh
to need
yeah. Oh
we
yeah.
need them. So my
You
hope
only
is we
got
get at
one
least
draft
one
pick in the
good
first
veteran
round.
offensive. Well, my hope is we get
You
one good offensive veteran, maybe two, hopefully two. We grab if we can get Lloyd, because I don't think we're going to get Linderbaum. I think that's out. But I think what has
right.
to happen is this offense, they need to figure out what they're doing with JPJ. They dicked around with him too much last year. They're going to basically
Yeah.
tell him, listen, you're going to be our center, and that's all you're going to do. We're not going to be moving you around and messing with your head because they killed his confidence last year. That coaching
Okay.
staff was atrocious. They did nothing to help that offensive front five. Not a thing.
No, and you can't blame it all on Gino and
No,
leading the
and I
league with
don't
pick
either. That's
six.
the thing. I mean, he was
You
under
know what I mean?
duress the whole
But
time.
he I'm thinking that you got to cut this cat because you don't want to go in. You got to send a message right away that Mendoza's going to be the starter.
Yep.
So you don't want to have no quote unquote competition. You know, I don't think I wouldn't go out and get no Kirk Cousins at that price, man. Dude
I don't
made a
want Kirk
boatload of money,
Cousins
man,
because I don't
being
want to spend that
mediocre.
kind of money on a quarterback. We've already got two on the roster. We do need to bring one in, regardless if we
You got to
draft
bring one in,
Mendoza or
man,
not.
but we ain't got to spend no 25, 30 million on no dudes. But
No.
no,
Well, the going price for him
But
is
you
going to
got
be
to fill
about
up that
30
line.
mil.
I think defensively, you got to coach. Teams got to start coaching dudes up, man. You know what I mean? Everybody got talent, Jeff.
Yeah.
Everybody got a bunch of first rounders, bunch of second rounders. But the question is, do you coach these cats up? Even though a lot of them come from a big program, but this is the NFL right here, man. And everybody's talented in this league. So that's the thing that I kind of was hoping that Pete Carroll, and I'm not even a Raiders fan, but Pete, if you'd have given him time, you know what I mean, he does that, and he finds the diamonds in the rough, the third and fourth rounds, and he gets coach these guys up. So there's talent on the roster. You know what I mean? How good is his coaching staff as far as coaching these guys up to play at their max ability? You know, but hey, man, you got other callers. This is T Dizzle, Jeff. I'm gonna be checking on you, man.
All right, man. Yeah, feel free to call in any
You know,
Friday night, man, for sure.
but I will, man. Yeah, I will. But we gonna get famous. Look, man, I'm feeling good about KC and the running back that they're gonna pick up because we need that. They
I
can
think if
keep.
he's there, you guys are definitely taking Jordan Love. I can't see you not. I can't see
Yeah,
you guys
man.
passing it
And
on to him.
Tyreek Hill, he can kick rocks, man. Because uh, last thing we need, man, is another receiver. I mean, we got receivers, man. That line, talking about Las Vegas line, man. I mean, those two offensive tackles on KC led the league in penalties, man. So that's got to be
Yeah.
shored up.
Well, Chicago
That's
hurt you
really got to
guys by
be shored
taking
up.
2 of your offensive linemen last season too in free
Oh
agency.
man, you
So,
pay one of them dudes too.
mhm.
So I think, like I said, I trust in Reed, man. He'll fix it. But
Yeah.
you have a great weekend, man.
Yeah, you
And
too,
like I
brother.
said, I'll be
Thanks for
checking
calling
back
in. I
in, man.
appreciate it.
Jeff, have a good one, buddy. Talk to you
You
soon.
too, man. Thank you.
Calling in, I appreciate it.
Hey, you're on with Jeff here on No Huddle. What's your name and what's your team?
Oh, this is Bronco Jeff.
What's up, man?
How you doing, brother?
Good, and you? I haven't seen you all week.
Good,
Where you
man.
been?
What?
I said I haven't seen you all week. Where you been?
I had to go out to Iowa City, which is like 3 hours away, for a couple of days to get some dental work and stuff done. And my I've been trying to get a back surgery. I've been fighting with insurance. I've been telling you about that.
Yeah.
Well, things are finally moving along. They're finally caving, and my surgery consultation is on the 11th. So
Oh, nice.
it
Good for you, man.
it looks like I'm going to get that back surgery. And then, of course, I'll be laid up for a couple months, but then I'll be good to go. So, yeah,
Good news.
things are moving along in good news over here, man.
Yeah, good. Bueno, that's going to be about what he's going to get paid, man. That's I'm telling you, it's going to be close to 30 mil. So it's not going to be cheap to get him. Either way, it's still going to be more than what we're paying Gino. So remember that Gino's getting 18. So
I don't know if I agree with that, Jeff,
with
because
what?
I think the Falcons cutting Cousins reduces his market value a whole lot.
I don't think that makes a difference.
And the fact that he was benched in the first place by Atlanta. I mean,
It still doesn't mean anything. In all honesty, he's still who he is. He's still a viable option. So someone will pay that money. They pay him that money if they need a quarterback that bad. And we could be that desperate. That's the problem. I don't know. It all remains to be seen. It's everything happens on March 11th. We'll see what happens on from March 11th on. We'll see what happens.
well, Mark, who's available as far as getting somebody in free agency? Stop me if I talked about this last week, because I don't remember if I did.
You probably did.
But Marshawn Lattimore is actually available now.
Yeah, you did say that last week.
Okay.
What's up, Jay?
Well, I'm still thinking about that, man. I think he would be an awesome addition to this team.
I definitely want I want to sink our money into getting Lloyd from Jacksonville. If we can get him for starters, if that's our first free agent move, then we've already done a heck of a job just pulling him in, to be honest with you.
Well, why don't we just get both of them? We've got the money for it.
Yeah, well, one thing at a time. We still got to address the offensive line too, because there's no guarantee we're going to get something in the draft that's going to be able to help. So we have to bring something in free agency. Because I don't think
that
I honestly don't think we'll get a shot at Lindenbaum now. It remains to be seen, but still, I don't think we got a legit shot anymore.
the center from Baltimore, you mean?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Why? Did something happen today where he said something?
No, Baltimore's offered him a contract already. They have every right to offer him a contract because he's still theirs until free agency hits. So supposedly they offered him a contract that's above what he's asking for. What's up, Panda? So I mean, it's supposedly it's above the value of what his contract would have been, type of thing. So basically, they priced him out of our range. Not technically. I mean, he's still within our range. We could still do it, but how much do you want to spend? That's what it comes down to. That's the big question.
Yeah. I just, I'm more excited. That I was kind of like being real careful with the Clint Kubiak hire and not trying to jump for joy and everything like that. But after I've seen the staff he hired, I'm a lot more on the bandwagon. I'm drinking a lot more of the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I think he
I was
hired.
happy with the hire, and I became even more ecstatic once we got Dennison. So because my biggest issue last year out of all our coaching was the offensive line, and I think we just took care of that, bringing that guy in. He's going to bring that old school mentality, and he's been successful no matter where he goes. So he's got a track
We've
record.
got basically a super team of coaches right now.
I wouldn't say a super team. I mean, Rob Leonard is still remains to be seen what happens with him, especially if we're changing our defensive scheme too, which is something I don't know if he's ever been involved with before. I don't know enough about his past other than with us. You know, other people in the chat, Jason may know off the top of his head, or Jay, I know they're in the chat.
Well, I think that Brady is going to address the offensive line heavily during free agency. That's my prediction, or Spytech is anyway.
Yeah.
I think we're going to try to pull at least 2 offensive linemen from other teams over to us. That's my prediction. Who those end up being, I don't know, but I feel like we're really going to be aggressive and pick up a couple of linemen that we expect to start. We're not just talking about rotation pieces.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to get somebody. You know what I'm saying? There's someone in San Francisco. Forget his name. Someone brought up that could be a good fit for the Raiders. An offensive lineman. You know what I'm talking about?
Not Williams. Dude's like 80 years old. I'm good.
I don't remember. I don't think it was Williams. I think it was somebody else.
The only one I've heard so far. He's nah. I'm good. I am all in favor of somewhat older offensive linemen, like, you know, in their early 30s. I don't want somebody that's like, you know, within eye shot of 40 at that position. That's a little too much, I think. That's yeah, nah. I'm good with that.
Well, this division is going to be crazy tough this year, man. Like our division this next year.
It always is, though. Even when the teams are bad, they still play each other extremely difficult. And also,
we don't have a powerhouse division this year like we usually have. The AFC West is usually like the top division, and that was not the case this year.
I don't know. The division was still pretty damn good, I think. I don't think it was that far off.
Well, the Chiefs, you know, did what they did. The Chargers didn't really come close to expectations. And the Broncos aren't as good as what their record is. What's that?
No, I'm just saying hi to people in the chat while you're talking. Sorry.
The Broncos aren't as good as their record. So, I mean, I didn't really feel like this was like the AFC West of times past, you know what I'm saying, or of recent years.
I will tell you this, though. I think if Denver would have beaten New England in that championship game, Denver would have put a better fight up in the Super Bowl than the Patriots did, for sure.
Think so? Well,
yeah, their defense alone would have played better than the Patriots did. And I still, in all honesty, between Drake May and Bo Nix, well, it wasn't going to be Bo Nix, so never mind. Drake May's overrated. I'm sorry. I don't think he's as good as people think he is. They played shitty teams last year. And then once he finally got up against good competition, he was getting his ass whooped. And the offensive line was not good in the playoffs. They gave up, what was the number? 20. It was a record, 21 sacks in the playoffs. That's insane. 6 in the Super Bowl alone. That's nuts.
Well, Drake is still like 22 or 23 years old, right?
Doesn't matter. I don't think he's that good. I don't.
Yeah, I think he's as good as a young guy can be. I got to disagree with you there. He hasn't shown me that he's the next Drew Brees yet, but he's pretty good, man.
Dude, there's nobody out there that's the next Drew Brees. People got to stop comparing players to some of these legends in the NFL when they haven't done shit, period, even at a young age. Just like when people are comparing Mendoza to Burrow, and comparing certain players to like Drew Brees in their second year. Yeah, he made it to the playoffs his second year and to the Super Bowl, but it was against inferior competition the entire season. You know, people have to be realistic sometimes when they're trying to compare players to former players, especially when some of them are the caliber of guys like Burrow, and when people have even saying like Brady and shit like that when they're trying to compare play. You can't compare anybody to those guys. Drew Brees was phenomenal. I mean, there's nobody that's even playing now that I think is as good as Drew Brees. I'm sorry, I just don't see it.
I think he's the GOAT myself. That's just my personal opinion.
Who, Brees?
Yeah, I think he's the GOAT.
I mean, if you go by pure talent and such, yeah, I think he'd be better than Brady, because Brady didn't have physical attributes like he did. But still, personally, if it's not Brady, I still would put Peyton Manning as the number 2 overall, period, behind Brady. Peyton Manning was phenomenal in his own rights.
Yeah, as was Aaron Rodgers, man. Like early 2010s Aaron Rodgers, mid 2010s Aaron Rodgers was freaking unstoppable.
Yeah. Did you watch the combine today at all? That Sonny Styles was insane today. I did watch it today. He was crazy.
No, I was driving home from Iowa City.
Yeah.
But we're kind of spoiled when it comes to quarterback play, and we're dealing with the after effects of like the best quarterback generation ever, because like between
Who's
2006,
spoiled? You mean fans are spoiled? Not Raider fans.
No, hear me out here. Between 2006 and about 2018-19, that was like the best quarterback era in the history of the NFL. That was like a period where pretty much every starting quarterback on every team was like a Pro Bowl level quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And then quarterback play since then has fallen way off since these guys started retiring. This new generation just isn't as good. Well, it'd be impossible to be as good as some of these quarterbacks from that 2006 to 2019 era. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with Drew Brees and Brady and Tony Romo and Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning and all that. And so we got used to having a bunch of quarterbacks who are that damn good. But in most of NFL history, that's not been the case. In most of NFL history, there's been like 3 good quarterbacks in each conference and 1 great one. You know what I'm saying? And now we're back down to the slide where that's starting to be the case again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't necessarily agree 100% with it. Mainly because I think nowadays what's happening is a lot of these quarterbacks are getting forced to play sooner than they should.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
So the pressure and the expectations for them to be the next Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Mahomes, whatever, that's what everybody compares them to all the time, and they got to stop that shit. You're putting these unrealistic expectations on these quarterbacks. Just like when we draft Mendoza, people are going to put ridiculous expectations on this kid. You can't do that. I'm not saying that he can't handle the pressure, but you can't do that to these young quarterbacks, because then if they don't live up to that expectation within, say, the first or second year, you start doing damage to their confidence. They start second guessing themselves, and then you got a Daniel Jones case, or you've got a Sam Darnold case. Where it takes them so many more years before they start to actually become what they should have been years ago. They get into a system that caters more towards them versus trying to force them into something. So I don't think the quarterback play for the last 10 years has been handled correctly with some of these younger kids. Teams are too fast to get a player out there because they see that it's happened. Players have had success coming in and playing right away. Not every quarterback's built the same way. Quarterbacks are not necessarily a plug and play position. They're just not. Some need a time to grow into that. Your plug and play type of stuff is like your edge rushes, like your elite ones, like that are going to come out in the drafts. Certain linebackers, corners, guys like that, wide receivers, running backs. Those are the type of guys that are, plug and play. A quarterback is not a plug and play for the most part. Hang on a second. You still there?
Yeah.
All right, I got another call coming in too.
All right. Well, I mean, I've said most of what I was thinking, so I'll let you take the next call and all that.
All right, man.
But yeah, man, I'm going to be watching for the rest of the night, so I know you're going to have a great show as always, brother.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Later. You're on with Raider Jeff. What's your name and state your team?
This is Kenneth in Texas.
What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I
It's
can
an
hear.
honor. It's an honor to speak with you. I'm a major subscriber to your channel.
Oh, what's up, man? Thank you. I appreciate you.
I've been a fan of the Texans pretty much since the beginning,
Really? Okay.
and as a matter of fact, the date that they were christened as a team was my birthday, September
Oh, shit.
6, 2000.
Nice. So, was that when you were born, or was that when you became a fan?
I
of
was
them?
born September 6. I was born September 6th of 82.
Oh, okay. So, were you a Houston Oilers fan before that, then too, or no?
I do admit I have been a fan of. I was a fan of the Oilers, but not a major fan.
Yeah.
But I was a fan of the Oilers.
Okay. Fair enough.
The reason why I was calling is I've been hearing reports about possibly Kenneth Walker maybe coming to my Texans, and I was
Okay.
wanting to get your thoughts in regards to that.
For you guys, I think that would be a big plus if that does happen. I think he's a hell of a running back. I mean, and you'd be happy to have him. I'll tell you that much. I think the problem is whether Seattle's going to let him go, because they let him go, they better have another plan in place, because who knows when Charbonnet's going to come back. You know,
Yeah,
they had a good thing
yeah,
going with
that
both
was.
of those guys. You know, but that would be a nice addition. I mean, another one you guys could look at too in Houston, I think, might even be what's his name, Ball from the Jets,
Who?
the running back from the Jets,
Oh, I see who you're talking about.
because he's a
You talking
free
about
agent too.
Bryce? You talking about Bryce? You talking about Bryce Hall?
Yeah, Hall. Why did I say Ball? I don't know why I say Ball. Yeah, you're right. Hall.
It's yeah,
I'm
Bryce.
an idiot.
You talking about Bryce Hall?
Yes.
The Jets running back.
Yeah, he's a free
Yeah,
agent.
I
I mean,
wouldn't.
he's pretty much, probably, other than him and Kenneth Walker, probably the top two as far as running backs. What draft pick do you guys have?
I think we are. I think if I remember right, we're around. I think 26, something like that.
All right, yeah. So you're definitely out of the Jordan Love here, unless you guys trade up. That's the only way you're going to get him.
Because I've been hearing reports of possibly Tua leaving Miami, maybe going to like Minnesota or something like that. I've been just hearing a bunch of reports on these other quarterbacks.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have got a really good team down there. I mean, we played you guys, and your defense is insane. I didn't expect us to have that good of a game against you guys down there in Houston. No, I was
Yeah,
kind of shocked.
I do have to give y'all credit because y'all gave us one heck of a game.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't expecting. I thought we were going to get blown out. I thought we weren't going to move the ball at all against your defense. And I was like, God damn, where's this coming from? Where's this been all season? You know, especially
I,
against the top defense at the time, too, you know. But you guys are going to
yeah, I have to agree with you. Anyways, I do appreciate you taking my call.
No problem, man. Feel free anytime on a Friday night you want to call in and talk about your team. By all means, man.
I appreciate it.
Who do you like out of this draft? Do you think is going to help you guys?
To be honest with you, I was hearing reports of players like that player from Miami. I think it was last name was Banks.
No, Miami is Bain and Messidor, the two.
I meant Florida. I meant Florida. I'm sorry, but I think his name was like Caleb Banks.
You mean the Hurricanes or
Yeah,
Miami
I,
Hurricanes?
I
If you're talking Miami Hurricanes, it's Messidor and then Bain. Those are the two coming out of
yeah,
those are the two big
yeah.
ones.
But the other one I've been hearing a lot about was Caleb Banks. I believe he played his college
Oh
ball for
yeah.
Florida.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. It depends on where if he falls to you guys. I don't know about that. Yeah,
Because I was hearing from most of the mock drafts that I saw, I've been hearing names like Caleb Banks coming to us.
Mhm.
Uh, some other guy by the name of Lomo. Are you familiar with him?
No, what was the
It,
name on that one?
the
Loma?
last name was Lomo. I think he played his
No.
college ball from Utah.
I'm just looking if it was some of the ones I wrote down from watching the combine yesterday.
Yeah, I think he played his college ball from Utah.
No, that's not one of the
Uh,
ones I had written down.
uh,
Who?
because I was hearing from most of the mock drafts that I saw
Yeah.
that Lomo was one of the names being thrown around coming to us.
Yeah, I don't know who that is off the top of my head. I'd have to look him up. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can bring that link up again.
Because I was hearing reports from Caleb Banks coming to us, that Lomo guy coming to us.
What position was Lomo?
I think he was on. I think he was on the defense, if I'm not mistaken.
Defensive tackle?
I think so.
Let me see.
He played his college ball at Utah.
Utah. Give me a second here. Let me see what I can find on this.
Because I was watching some of the combine updates.
Yeah.
And I saw one of the mock drafts that Lomo guy was coming. That one of the experts had Lomo coming to us, and then also Caleb Banks. I believe he played his college ball from University of Florida.
Defensive end, maybe?
And
yeah, I'm not seeing it.
From also, have you heard anything about which teams that any of my former Longhorns could be going to?
Not offhand. You know what it is? I think it's still too early to even start looking at like the mock drafts from some of these pros that do this, like the analysts that do it. I
Yeah,
would definitely wait until Jason just said it. Caleb Lomo from Utah. That's who you're referring to.
yeah. I forgot the first name, but yeah, that was the guy I was referring to.
Yeah. I would probably wait until the combine's done. So you've got tomorrow, like today's already done now. So
Yeah,
tomorrow
and
is
I think
quarterbacks,
tomorrow's
wide
supposed to
receivers.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
tomorrow's
heard tomorrow's supposed to be the receivers.
yeah, well, it's all three. Tomorrow is all your skill positions, basically. It's your quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs at tomorrow. So Saturday is usually a big day. That's where you're going to see a lot of your speed. You're going to see the fastest guys out there. Is going to be your wide receivers usually. Then Sunday's the offensive lineman. So once the combine's over, then they're going to start re-ranking everybody because guys are going to slide up and down the draft board based on what they've done this weekend. And you still got pro days to go too. So I think
Oh
after the
yeah, you're right.
combine,
You're right.
yeah, after the combine is the best time to start looking at some of these mock drafts when some of these guys do their second and third because it's based on the measurables that they've just gotten from this past weekend's combine. And then once the pro
Okay.
days start, so that will start to adjust where these guys will possibly land. You'll probably get a better idea like what might possibly be available at your pick. So to think about right now it's basically you'll put together a wish list. This is guys that I'd like to see us possibly get. But in reality, we might
Yeah.
not get these guys because of the way they're falling in the draft, in the possible draft board here. Like Bain fell.
Okay.
Bain was at one point was either the number 2, number 3, or number 1 pick. Some of the mocks I saw today from Daniel Jeremiah and such, or when he's ranking them after this weekend already, based on who's already going through the combine, Bain has fallen. And he didn't really compete, but what he did was he went and did all his measurables. And the one knock they're giving him is he's got shorter arms. And that's a big mark on the defensive end. So he's dropped a bit. So that will change things. If a guy that's been touted as being fast all of a sudden runs a shitty 40, or he's got bad footwork, that's where guys are going to start to
I see what you mean.
So
Also,
your best bet is to start looking like, say, late next week when they start redoing the mock drafts.
Also, I've been hearing a lot of talk that QB from Indiana, Mendoza. I was hearing a lot of talk that he's supposedly the consensus number 1. Do you agree or disagree with that assumption?
If you're a team that needs a quarterback, like us, the Raiders, then yeah, then that's definitely he's going to be. That's who we're going to end up taking. So he's going to be the number 1. There's no two ways about it.
And then I was also hearing the other QBs that could fall after him. The Penn State's Avalar and LSU's Nesemeyer.
Nussmeier probably late in the
Drew Alar.
Yeah, Alar and Nussmeier will probably be late in the draft. Alar, I guess he just went through Aller. He just had surgery recently. Probably the number 2 quarterback right now, and he's going to compete tomorrow, is going to be Ty Simpson. He's definitely the next rated quarterback right now. If Chambliss wouldn't have, God,
I was going to say, I was hearing, according to some of the mocks, I've seen Simpson going probably toward the end of the first.
That is a possibility from what I'm seeing so far. It all depends on what he does tomorrow. Mendoza's number 1 overall. He's the top quarterback in this draft. No questions asked. Nobody in this draft is of his caliber, I don't think. And the next guy would be Simpson. Now, it depends on the other teams after us, how needed they are for quarterback, if they're going to take a flyer on him. Then it's also where they're picking. So, like, say it's Arizona, they're picking, I think, 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
So if they take him at that point, that might be too soon. They might be better suited moving back in the first round and getting him where he kind of would fall end of the second into, end of the first into early second round. He may still be there when they pick in the second round, because they'll have, I think, if they're number 3.
Speaking of Arizona, if they do take one of those QBs that you mentioned, like Avalar, Simpson, or Nussmeier, what does that mean for the future of Kyler Murray?
Oh, I think Arizona's done with Kyler Murray. They're already talking about possibly trading him away and shit.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
I mean, there's been rumors of us working a trade with him, and I don't want Kyler Murray. I'm not in favor of it, not at all.
Yeah, I was hearing him possibly going. To, like, Miami, because I was hearing Miami getting rid of Tua, and then I was hearing Kyler going to Miami.
Yeah, Tua is done down there for sure. I don't think he's coming back. What's up, Duncan?
But like I said, man, I humbly appreciate you taking my call.
No problem,
means
man.
A lot.
Told you, anytime on a Friday night, man, you call in. If you want to leave a voicemail during the week, I'll play it on the air Friday night, and then call in, whatever.
Cool.
Man. I appreciate you calling in.
I appreciate it.
All right, no problem, man. You have a good night, man. Thank you. All right, everybody. Phone line is still open. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat. I'm way behind after that. Let's see. Is this a call-in only, Jeffrey? You're throwing out the link in a bit. I can throw the link out there for you, Afakasi, if you want to come on. Just keep in mind, if we do get a phone call, you'll be able to hear the phone call when you're in the studio, but if you're responding to them, they won't hear you. Just so you know that. But I can, yeah, I'll send you the link. I like having you come on, actually. Let's see. I gotta find you here on Instagram now. You don't talk to me on Instagram anymore. I'm kidding. There it is. All right, you got it. I just sent it to you. Well, that was good. At least I'm getting phone calls from fans of other teams, so that's good. I've had a Chiefs fan on now, and then I've had a Texans fan. You're on with Raider Jeff on No Huddle. What's your name and state your team?
Yes, I'm a Las Vegas Raiders fan, and I'm calling in to speak about my team.
Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, listen, I'm going to make this pretty short, but you know, Jeff, okay, I mentioned to you yesterday, I sent my wish list, and I understand my wish list, like every fan, you're not going to get every player.
Yeah.
You know, Linderbaum, we're not going to get him, right? Like you just said to a caller a little while ago, that we would have to stop bidding war and overpaying for him, so we're not going to get him. I mentioned to you that guard from Buffalo who I would not mind getting. I think Edwards is his name. I wouldn't mind it. I think it's Edwards. You know, he's solid. He's like 25. He's 26. So
yeah, David Edwards. He's actually going to be 29 before the season starts.
Oh, okay. So
his market value is 19 mil.
Okay. I mean, look, if we want to upgrade the O line, right, in free agency, we're going to have.
Oh, it's going to cost us no matter what.
Yeah, it's going to cost us, even if we get a tackle in it's going to cost us. So I wouldn't mind him. You've been mentioning my boy, the linebacker. Thank you, Lloyd, who absolutely, Jeff, you've been saying it. The guy is a wrecker, and we are shorthanded at linebacker. We know that, right?
Yeah.
You know, sorry, just putting the window up. We are, you know, he would help us. I threw out the name to you.
Alex.
What's his? Also, the corner from Kansas City. I was just throwing out because we are. I mean, look, on defense, we need a backer. That corner from Kansas City, who I would not mind getting. Jalen. I forget his name. And then, of course, I threw out Pierce. And look, this was my grocery list. But if we were to get at least one of those guys on my grocery list, you said it. Lloyd, I would love. The guy,
are you in a wind tunnel?
No, sorry, I'm driving. I'm in my car. I got you. So, what do you hear? Hold on, the window's down a little bit.
Who's the one from KC? Because I see a Jalen Watson.
There you go, Jalen Watson.
That's the one.
The corner. Yes. You know, he's and they've been talking about maybe Tariq Woolen from Seattle. You know,
all right, Jalen Watson. He'll be 28 when the season starts. His market value right now is 12 mil.
Okay, but we do. All I'm saying is, like, we need help at corner.
No. I get it. I'm just putting what the money value is right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of like the going rate for him. You know, that's negotiable.
I mean, like I said, right now our best corner is Stokes, right? If we bring Stokes back, it's Stokes. That's really our best corner, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, so like I told you, okay, I know you can on your show you can give me a hard time on this, like you did yesterday. I am on board with look, I love Crosby, but you know, if we're gonna trade him and get 2 first-round picks, and if we do get that, I'm saying, and we get a player, which is what the Raiders say they want, it better be a plug-in player, like not some guy that has potential. It better be whether it's a D-tap, whatever position. But
if we're bringing anybody in for free agency, they got to be immediate starters. No projects come in here. No taking flyers on guys. We can't be messing around with this offensive line this year. If that's what even even anything we bring in on the defense, whether it be a defensive nose tackle, a linebacker, these got to be guys that can just walk in and basically just play right away. We can't be kid gloving these guys. These players coming in from free agency are got to be immediate plug in and play right away. You know,
Well,
none of
I
this
totally
bullshit.
agree. I mean, that's why, like, for me, in the draft, we are weak at linebacker. Look, our best linebacker is probably Devon White, whether we bring him back or we don't. I think we need to, only because we are thin. And, you know, he's not great, but, you know, at least he's better than what we have. I wouldn't mind the linebacker. Yep, go ahead.
You know what, Devin White and Jamal Adams, I'm actually on board with keeping them both. Even if we bring in other players that are gonna that are gonna start ahead of them, it gives us depth. Then that's the one thing we lacked last year. You know, because if we go into this current season with the linebacking crew we have now, switching to a 3-4, it's not. They're not gonna survive. These guys are just gonna get eaten alive because they're
You're
not
100%
super athletic.
You're 100% correct. I mean, right now with White, and our other linebackers are like I can't remember his name. We drafted him from Ohio State like 2 years ago, I think. Played special teams.
What, Tom
That is why
Lakenberg?
I think him, and there's another kid we have, Eichenberg, and there's another kid. So we are weak. That is why, to me, one of the linebackers who you've been watching the combine, I really haven't. I would love. I think he is a Raider. He's got that mentality. Is Rodriguez from Texas Tech?
Okay.
You know.
Oh yeah, that kid. Yeah, I'm all on board with him. I'm hoping he's still there.
He's ranked. I saw one guy have ranked like 63rd. I think, you know, he could be. I mean, because he's not going to go first round. I don't know if he goes mid-second or third, but I mean, if he was there at a time we were looking at a backer, he was on the board. I mean, he's got that mentality. But like you're saying, I agree. And the coach, you're right. The O-line coach we have, his scheme is almost like a zone blocking scheme where the linemen all go like one way and block together. And that reminds me, who had success in the mid-'90s doing that? Do you remember what team? They had Terrell Davis. And that was the Denver Broncos, who had success with like that zone running. And that's the type of scheme our O-line coach has. So I'm excited, like you said. Kubiak put together we have a staff, Jeff. We have a staff now that is competent.
Yeah,
so
on paper right now they look good. You know, until we get into the season and you know, not so much into the season. Once we start getting into training camp and they start doing like the like the team scrimmages and shit like that, and you start to see where guys have good tendencies, bad tendencies. It's going to be on how the coaches make the changes necessary to get everybody on the same page. So I'm happy with what we've done so far with the coaching ranks, but it still remains to be seen until, you know.
Yeah, we said that last year, right?
Stop beating each other. Yeah,
we said that last year.
Look, is Raider Nation?
Yeah, I'm not biting that
100%.
apple this year.
I mean, we're excited about Kubiak. Don't get me wrong, but as you're saying, right? I mean, I love him. I'm glad we got him. That was the guy we wanted. We waited, and he signed with us. I'm excited. But you're right. We have to see how he is in game. He's not been a head coach, so we got to see. And like you said, you know, like I said, if you said it, if Lloyd was our first, I think I also mentioned it too as well, but you said it. So I am giving you props on your show, Jeff, that if Lloyd was our first free agent signing when it starts, you are right. I'm already going to be like, I am pumped. Like, you signed a guy that can, you know, wreak havoc. The guy is good in coverage, and the guy can, you know, he can make tackles. So, like you said, And I haven't even mentioned my boy that we're going to take number 1, and you're going to be there live. I haven't even mentioned him, because we all know we're going to take him. But I'm just curious, what would probably know, Richardson now, would you bring him in for a year if we draft Mendoza at 1?
Are you talking about the Richardson that the Colts drafted?
Yeah. Would you bring him
hell
in for
no.
like a year?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
No.
Not even if you draft, okay. I mean,
that's a big no on that one.
Okay. I mean, me too. It's not like I'm sitting here saying, well, no, I was just throwing it out there. I mean, look, if we draft Mendoza, which I want us to, I'm not saying we take Mendoza. I know the free agency class is weak for quarterbacks, but we need kind of AOC, he can't learn from AOC. And I don't want him, if we keep Geno, learning from Geno Smith. I'm sorry. I just, I know you're down.
But you know what, Eric? Eric,
Yep.
You know what? It's not your call. It's none of our calls. It's up to the coaches and what they want to do. We have no control over that. If that's what they decide, then we're going to roll with it. We might not like it, but it's what we got to go with.
Now, here's my question, and then I'll hang up. I'm sure other people might be trying to call in, but was Geno on the staff? Was Kubiak on the staff when Geno was with in Seattle?
When he got to Seattle, yes, he was there, but then they traded him to us.
Okay, so does that mean now that's probably a little breather for Geno, where he's like, okay, I'm probably not going to.
I don't know. I don't know what type of relationship they had in his time in Seattle before they traded him away. That's a question that I would wonder if somebody's going to ask him. But knowing the Raiders media pool that hangs out at the facility, they ain't going to ask him that question. That's not a softball question like they ask. So they won't ask him that.
Now it's in my head like that probably saved Geno. Where Kubiak might be like, look, you're a veteran presence. If we go with this young kid from Indiana, we need a veteran to show him how to be a professional and and all that. I mean, but hey, we'll see what we do in free agency, Jeff. But I'll tell you what, Lloyd would be a good way, like you said. I'd be all for that. I would be all for that. So, anyways, I will. I've been on the phone long enough, and but I can always call back. But thanks for taking my call, Jeff.
What's up, Anthony?
All
right, man. Thank you. I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, take care. Yeah, take care, brother. Take care. Bye-bye.
Later.
So
I'm not trying to get him off the phone, but that's Eric. Everybody, my phone blows up all day long from him in Facebook Messenger, and he's one of my chapter members. He lives like a couple of miles away from here, and he's always giving me shit. He's like, I never get an invite to come on the show. I'm like, screw you. I said there was tons of times where on Friday nights I put the link out there. Anybody could join in. I said, and now I got a phone number. You can call in anytime. So he finally called in. So, what's up, Afakasi? How you been?
Hi. What's going on, gang? Sorry, I know I've been a little quiet on the YouTube scene. I've been taking a hiatus. I just haven't really had much time to do the editing and get on the live and talk about a whole bunch of nothings. So, yeah.
Did I see you correctly in the chat? You're coming back to the States in August?
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe? You just said it.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I said I'd like to come to that summer event.
Which one? The Bakersfield one?
Yeah.
Well, if it's Bakersfield, that's in May.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said.
You said August.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I know what I said.
Oh, you're gonna make me scroll back for it now, aren't you?
I never said I was going to come back in August in this chat.
I just saw it.
No, that was Diesel. Diesel said that he's going to be playing football.
Okay.
Footy, Australian rules football.
Okay.
I know what I say online, Jeff.
Oh, never mind. I see. All right. All I saw this. I saw the AU, and never mind, because I was on the phone with him and going through the chat quick. So never mind. Okay, you were right. I was wrong. Yeah, Bakersfield's May 17th.
It's
Thanks,
so
Jack.
good. It's so good. I'm working on it. I'd like to, but it's not just a case of financially, which I shouldn't have too much of a problem with. It's more so like family's business. Yeah, stuff.
No, we've got a
Looks like you got a phone call.
funny thing is I can see who it is on my cell phone versus my computer. So you're on No Huddle with Jeff. State your name and the team you've whatever.
Yeah, my name's Chris for Raiders. I'm calling for California. You know, I'm a Raider fan, and wow, it was hard to get through when line's
Are you
so
sure you're a
busy.
Raiders fan? What gave it away? Your name is Chris for Raiders.
Hey, well, I can stand for anything. It could be Texas Tech Raiders, Raiders, you know. Anyway, hey, yeah, I just want to call in and say, hey, Avocado, good seeing you, man. Love to see your face. Question for you, Jeff.
No, he can't hear you.
Okay,
he can hear
question
you,
for
Chris. You can't hear him.
What if I speak really loud and I echo into your mic?
Face. That's all I can see his face. Hey, you know what? Watching this combine, we know we're taking Mendoza, right? I don't know if you answered this question already. Who do you like? Do you want to take in the second and third rounds? Like, what are you looking at?
I like one of those because they've been doing well at the.
I want to take
right?
the top defensive tackle that's there in the second round. We don't have a nose tackle. We need a beast, is what we need. If we're gonna run a 3-4, we need a big son of a bitch that's gonna plug that run gaps up front. We're gonna need that. We don't have that on this roster right now. We really don't.
We haven't had that for a long time.
No,
I forget his name. That dude was 330 and he ran a 4.8 at 330.
You're talking about the kid Hunter from Texas Tech?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
that's one of the. When I was watching it yesterday, because the defensive line and linebackers was yesterday, so some of the ones I wrote down that I'm seriously interested in. Well, I want to trade back 5 times and get 15 7th rounders. Fuck you, Jason. There, I said it. He always does that until I say that at least once. These are the guys I was kind of really hoping we can take a look at. Hunter for sure. Definitely Hunter from Texas Tech. The other kid from Texas Tech is another one, O'Needham.
yeah.
Then this kid Jackson from Florida State looked damn good. Durant from Penn State's another one. Proctor's another one. And the linebackers that kind of stuck out to me was one of them was Styles. There's 2 Styles in this. They're brothers. One is
Styles
on
blue that combine.
Yeah,
Styles blue combine.
Yeah, Styles is. There's 2 of them. One's a linebacker. The other one's a defensive back. Another kid that actually impressed me yesterday was this white kid named Rieger. Gums was another good one I saw yesterday. Bailey and Howell. Those are the ones I wrote down from yesterday that I want to I wrote these down so I can keep track of them as, you know, the rankings start to come out after this and see where they land to see if it's somebody that we can hopefully potentially get. I'm a little more invested in the defense this year. I don't know why. Well, I shouldn't say I don't know why. Because of with us switching to a 3-4, better linebackers than what we had last year, and that need for a defensive, you know, for a nose tackle. That's going to be huge.
Okay, quick question. Avocado can't hear me, right?
He can hear you. You won't be able to hear him. That's the thing.
Can't hear me.
That's fine. Okay, this is a question. Now, since we're going to this is the last question I'm asked. I'm gonna get up. I gotta go eat dinner. But since we're going to a 3-4, do you think that might, if we keep him, do you think that'll benefit Coots? If we keep him.
I mean,
I don't think we're keeping him.
Yeah, I don't think we're keeping him either. But if we do, I hope he's better this year. I hope he's finally past that mental issue of the knee issue. Because you got to remember, with a major knee reconstruction, it's not so much a physical liability; it's a mental thing too. You got to get over that hump of that injury, you know, where you do one wrong move and it could damage it again. You know, so it's a mental issue for sure. I don't know, man. That's a good question. I know I want to keep Snowden though. I will say that because I think Snowden turned it on towards the tail end of the year. Um, I don't know if we keep Kuntz. That's if we trade Max away, then we got to keep Kuntz. We got to bring him back. If for whatever reason we trade Max, we either have to with our second pick go the best defensive edge rusher that we can get, or I don't know what we would do at that point. Which is where your linebackers are going to come in. So
if we trade away Crosby, we're going to be in deep shit with our defensive line unless we address that.
That was my last question. I'm going to let you go till Avocado wave at me so I can make sure you hear me. But anyway, have a good show. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, Chris, thanks for calling in. Later, brother.
No problem. Yeah, did you get your link? You got that right? You should.
Huh?
You know, well, I'll text you. Never mind. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.
All right, bye.
Gee, that would be a very sad and sorry state of affairs. That's positional group. Another positional group, that would be a sad and sorry state of affairs until we address that properly, right?
Chris, if you can hear me, I got it. Thank you. I knew Jack was going to say this Pegisa, but it doesn't matter if he's 320 or not. It's a nose tackle. It's a different type of breed of a player up front.
I'm just tired of all these interior guys we take, and none of them turn out to be any more than spot guys. I'm so over it. We've taken six. We've taken 6 since 2022. We've taken 10 since 2016. It's a who of where the fuck are they now and what the fuck have they done? I'm so tired of it.
When you're looking for a specialty position like a nose tackle, you got to draft somebody that plays that position, that knows what to do in that position. Same thing if we bring somebody in for free agency. We can't take just a regular defensive tackle and hopefully convert him to a nose tackle. If you can bring a guy in that's played in a 3-4 before, he knows what to do. He's going to be familiar and comfortable with that. You can't just take a guy that's, going to be a second-year player with us and say, yeah, you're our nose tackle now. It just doesn't work that way. You can coach him eventually. But
speaking of nose tackles, just a bit of trivia tidbits.
I know you're going with this already.
Where am I going?
You're going to bring up Jerry Ball or something again.
No. I'm not going to bring up Jerry.
All right. Because I know he's one of your favorites.
I appreciate Jerry Ball. He's a guy I appreciate. But anyways, I was going to say, are you a pro wrestling fan?
Old school, yeah. I haven't watched.
Old school.
I've watched it recently, every now and then.
I'm going to talk about old school. So yeah, answer my question. So, I don't know if you remember a pro wrestler. His name was Brian Pillman. He used to be rocking with the Heart Foundation. Pretty athletic guy.
And he was
unfortunately, he passed away. Yeah, that absolutely boggles my mind that he played nose tackle when he was in the league. Like, the dude was wrestling at cruiserweight, and he's lean, he's athletic. Like, how? I don't know. More power to him. He got to the elite level at that position, but it's just when you think nose tackles, you think guys who 320 plus, and the guy was wrestling at what, 200, 250?
At today's day and age, yes. But if you go back to when he played, even your offensive lineman was smaller. Your offensive linemen were on average 275 to barely 3. Like, the biggest one back in the day was like Larry Allen for the Cowboys. He was 300 plus. He was a big son of a bitch. They didn't come that big. Now they're all that size. They're all in that 300 plus range. Back in the day, those offensive linemen were not big dudes. They were smaller. It's just through the years they progressed. So your defensive front guys weren't these big, massive guys like you have now. Like, you look at God, what the hell's his name? Vince Wilfork, when he played for the Patriots. For his size and how agile he was and how good he was, and he was huge. Those are the type of guys you get now that are going to play the defensive tackles and nose tackles, because they're just big sons of bitches and they plug the hole. Back in the day, it was all built on speed more than anything. But
it still blows my mind.
It definitely does.
When I watched him wrestle, it was a lean, athletic guy who.
And he was short too, compared to everybody else. You know, like
Yeah.
you stand him up next to some of those other wrestlers, and he looked like a midget. But in reality, he was still, 6+ feet tall. On a football field, he would kind of just average out with everybody. You know, now today day and age, if you were his size playing nose tackle, you'd get destroyed. You'd get pushed all
Can I
over the
ask,
place.
when's free agency starting?
The 11th of March.
Okay, gotcha.
The 11th of March is when it starts, and the actual tampering, the legal tampering, starts on March 9th. So that's when clubs are permitted to contact and enter into negotiations with free agents. So, like, we could start talking with, like, Linderbaum on March 9th, get into a contract agreement basically, but we can't physically sign him until the 11th or physically give
Yeah,
him the contract.
I know all about that, but a lot of the marquee players seem to sign or pretty much commit in those first day or two of the tampering period, right?
And that's
It's
where teams lose
rarely
draft
ever
picks.
the case when say Schefter announces that they're going to sign where they don't and they go elsewhere. It's
Mhm.
pretty much 98% of the time,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
more,
exactly what happens.
to
Yeah,
be
like,
the
"Oh, it looks
case.
like the Raiders are gonna get so and so," and all of a sudden, March 11th comes, I'm like, "Oh, no, this guy signed with the Cowboys instead." Well,
Yeah.
also, this is also where teams screw up, and they get hit with, um, illegal tampering, and they lose draft picks eventually for it. That's it, because I went and looked at, lost draft picks through the years just for the hell of it, just, searching and trying to come up with information, and, some teams have lost draft picks because of that,
We
along with
haven't
other rule
we
infractions, but yeah.
we haven't lost any draft capital for a long time. No, I don't believe in my time as a Raider fan we've lost draft capital.
Let me see, I
In
gotta bring
fact,
that
we've
back up because we
gained
actually
quite a
did.
bit.
We actually did. Um,
Yeah.
let me see. It wasn't that long ago either, if I remember correctly. Oh, wait a minute. Did I do that in here? Hang on. I will find it because I know I did look it up.
Okay, that's news to me.
Uh, where is it? Oh, it's not gonna take me that long. I mean, it's not gonna be quick for me to find this, but I will find it because I did look it up.
Just FYI, Jeff, I might need to go and
That's fine.
I'll come back.
I'll be here for at least another hour and a half. Lost NFL draft picks.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
So here is the list. So these are teams that have had their draft picks that have been stripped from NFL teams since 1980. So 2015, the Patriots, that was for the deflated footballs. They lost their first rounder in 2016 and the 2017 fourth rounder. Now, let me just get through the rest of the chat here. Oh, Eric, you're lucky he's gone. You're saying Ball sucked. Jerry Ball was not bad. He was good. Let's see. Where are we with the chat? Reggie Killen was a great nose tackling. He wasn't very big, guys. Yeah. Let me see. I know I saw a rated one in here. You know what? It might not have been when he was a fan. It has been a while since us. All right. So 1981 Oakland Raiders. We were illegally sequestering players in 1978. So in 1981, we lost our fifth rounder. It's funny how the Patriots are on here a lot, though. 1980 evasion of player limit. We lost the fourth rounder in the 1980 draft, so we've been on here twice. Patriots illegal use of injured reserve list in 1986. They lost their third rounder. Patriots, 2008, videotaping New York Jets coaches signals on the sideline. They lost their first rounder in 2008. Let's see. Deflating footballs, they lost their first rounder and their fourth. I think that was it. Oh, the Saints, yeah, they lost the second rounder in 2012 and 2013 for the Bounties. I thought there was a bigger list than this. I thought there was more. And he's back. Oh, I'm going to put this back up because you weren't here when he said it. Hold on. Eric said it. The one that was on the phone with us when you first got in. He said
he was all right. He did.
Like,
he did.
He
all right.
wasn't here right now. He'd be mad.
I'm not mad. He put some respect on Jerry Ball's name. He did okay back in the midnight.
No, he was no Bob Golick. I get that.
He was no Bob Golick, but he was decent enough. I would take Jerry Ball's time as a Raider over just about every defensive tackle we've had in the door since the days of Tommy Kelly and Richard Seymour.
Yeah.
Give me one defensive tackle since those guys that have been worth a damn. One.
Well, phone lines are still open, so if anybody wants to call in, you actually get to get on the phone with the famous Australian man, Afakasi Raider, too. He'll hear you, but you won't hear him. But
I thought you were talking about somebody else. You're pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, whatever, that way. That guy. Didn't the Ravens almost lose draft picks for placing Lamar Jackson in Iowa when he wasn't hurt or something like that? They didn't show
Did
up
you
on
find
that
out
list.
the answer to that question you were looking for? You said that we lost draft capital in recent history.
Yeah, it was before you were a fan. It was 1981. I was wrong. I thought I saw a
recent history. Okay.
I thought there was a recent one, but it's funny though. In the Patriots are on there like 3 or 4 different times. Shocker.
1981. What? How long? That's friggin' what? 45 years ago.
40 something years ago.
Oh yeah, recent history.
Yeah. Well, for me it is. I was
Right.
11.
Was that the year we won the Super Bowl?
No. No, not when we lost the draft pick. When we lost the draft pick, hang on. Because hang on. We were penalized. It was the 1980. Oh yeah, 1984th round is what we lost.
Yeah, they did win 1981.
Yeah. It was evasion of player limit, which means we went over the player limit. We got one taken away in 1980. We were on here twice. 1980 and 1981. 1981 was for illegally sequestering players in 1978.
What's that word? Sequestering?
Sequestering.
What? What does that mean? Sequestering. Sounds like that horse sport in the Olympics, equestrian.
Well, that's equine. Sequestering refers to the isolation, separation, or seizure of people or property. So we might have been isolating players for whatever reason. That's all it says, is illegally sequestering players in 1978. We might have been hiding players, is basically what they're probably saying. We lost the 5th rounder in 1981. Let's see.
What was your earliest draft memory, Jeff?
Oh God!
Now that you think about it.
Well, you know what? You got to remember, when I was a kid, draft wasn't on TV. It wasn't really a thing until.
Doesn't have to be when you're a kid. Just what's the earliest memory that you can, at the top of your head, you can remember?
I think when I really first started really getting into the draft, I think the most recent, well, not the most recent, but the first thing I kind of remember was probably, I think, the year, which was 1990, when we drafted running back Bell.
Nick Bell. Oh no.
Yeah. I think I think that was the first one that I actually physically watched like saw it and like remember that one. But
Okay.
like now it's information's so easily to get now. Like when they first started broadcasting on ESPN, I would kind of watch it. I had a couple of buddies of mine that used to go to New York because it used to be in New York City every year, and that's only a 3-hour ride for us, but also there were a lot more rounds back then too. Now it's only 7 rounds and that's it. I mean, back then it was like 12, 14 rounds. It was ridiculous how long it would last. You could never broadcast a 14-round draft. Now it would take too damn long. They'd have to start doing the draft on a Tuesday night and be done by Saturday if they were lucky. But now it's so commercialized. That's the problem. It's a money
draft
maker.
is amazing.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
I my first memory of the draft was I watched Matthew Stafford getting taken number 1, and then I saw the Raiders select Darius Heyward-Bey after they passed on my trip. That's my
another stellar player in our history.
He wasn't the number 1 we were looking for, but he was okay as a number 2, and I will stand on that.
Took 3 years to hang that case in Mark Davis. What's up, SoCal? What's going on? This sounds like I'm watching a spelling bee contest. Can you give me the origin of the word?
I think he was talking about the what's that word you used again? Sequester.
Jack, I don't have a missed phone call, so you sure you're dialing the right number? I bet you're dialing the wrong number.
I bet you've had a few drinks. You dialed the wrong number.
It's pinned at the top of the chat. It's 401-830-9189. It's scrolling right along the bottom of the screen too.
Was Bell taken as a first rounder? Surely not.
I think he was. Maybe second, actually. You know what? Let me go back and look because I want to see what draft that was.
You might be right. Oh, there you go. There's Jack.
Yes, it is. It's exactly who it is.
I'll have a look while you do that.
You're on the phone with Jeff on No Huddle, along with Alpha Kasi Raider.
9091, Jeff.
Hey, what's up? It's Luke Brothers, Jeff, AR. How you guys doing?
Good, and you?
I'm doing good. I just want to call in, make a short little quick take. I just want to, give a shout out to my brother, Sacktown Mike.
Is it his birthday today, you said?
Yeah, it's like, happy 63rd birthday, to Sacktown. So you say it's just kind of chilling tonight. It's like,
nice.
I just wanted to, give my brother some love.
Well, Sacktown, if you're listening, I haven't seen you in the chat yet, but happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Sacktown. Good dude.
All right, that's all I wanted to hop on, talk about. I won't talk forever. I know I'm long-winded, but it's good to see you guys on, and I hope
you're all right, Jack.
AR, it's like if you come to Bakersfield, dude, it'd be good to meet you, bro.
Tell Jack. Hopefully, tell Jack I'm working on it, and hopefully I'll get a chance to meet him.
Watching the show and trying to be on the phone at the same time, it doesn't really work. But yeah, AR, you met up with Ben. It's like, dude, we were literally an hour away, bro. So
tell him he should have come.
Good night,
I mean,
have a great show.
Kicking it.
All right, thanks, Jack. Appreciate you, brother. What's up, Army 82nd? What's up, brother? How you doing tonight, man? What year did you say that was? Oh, never mind. You wasn't even looking at the screen.
Just give me a minute. I'm just situating something.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what the numbers were for today. These are what corners went today.
Sorry, man. It was 91, the year they drafted Marinovich round 1 and then Nick Bell round 2.
Nick Bell went in the second. Yeah, I remember that one. And the funny thing is, I don't remember it from Marinovich. I remember Bell. I don't know why I remember that one, which is weird.
A horrendous draft class. Except for Rocket
Well, you know
Ismail.
what
I mean, he was all right.
I know exactly where I was when we drafted him too. That's the funny part. I can name the exact day, not the day, but I know where I was and what I was doing in the moment. It
When
was
we
my
drafted Bell or Marinovich?
Bell.
Okay.
I was on duty. I was a probationary firefighter in Narragansett in Rhode Island here. Um, it was my first day on because we used to work 2-day shifts, then 2 night shifts. So it would be a day shift, then you wouldn't come back on until the next night. So like if I worked today day, I wouldn't go back on till 5 o'clock Saturday night.
Were you in your 20s or 30s?
Yeah, I was 20 years old at that time.
Oh, wow. Go ahead.
And so it was 2 days on, 2 nights, and then 4 days off. So it was my first day back on, and I remember I think it was on TV, if I'm not mistaken, and we just happened to be talking about it, and they all knew I was a Raider fan, and then that was the guy that was picked, and I'm going through the newspaper. For those that don't know what a newspaper is anymore, I was going through the newspaper, looking at the possible rankings, because that's all you had back then. There were no cell phones. It was still a rotary phone, actually. But yeah, it was pretty cool that I remember all that stuff. Oh yeah, a rotary phone.
That was my first phone too. So
I'll tell you what. Now, man, most kids nowadays, they look at that thing and go, "What the hell am I supposed to do with that?" Like they'd be trying to press buttons or something. They wouldn't be able to operate a phone. They'd have no clue.
Yeah.
Let's see. Segment brought to you by our friends of Sierra Nevada. Yeah. SoCal said Jack sounds about 3 cans tall. three tall cans in.
Is he still doing that? What's that show that show with on Jack's channel? The
Wild Wild West. No, he doesn't do that
Wild
anymore.
West.
It looks like I think Navman's taking that one over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see him and Cheeto are having a bit of a
yeah.
I won't talk about that. But yeah. Notice that in the group chat in the chat feed the other night.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people saw it. So yeah. I don't even know where it stems from. It's
got nothing to do with me, but yeah, it's just
childish. But yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I remember Jack asked me a long time ago, Jack Kenna. He's like, if I ever need a fill-in, do you want to do it? And I was watching the show, when I first started doing this stuff, and I'm like, nah, not really. It's not my cup of tea. I don't want to sit there and do a show with guys from our own division. I may say something that will piss them off, and I can be nice, but I don't think I could be nice with 3 guys from the other teams in our division. Not when I listen to them talk and the way they talk, and it's just like, nah, I'm not doing it.
It would suck, like, if you're part of those shows and they're talking down about our Raiders, and with the sad and sorry state of affairs we're in, it's just like, I mean, I'm always going to defend my Raiders, but like, we really haven't got much to defend as it been.
No, you don't. That's
couple of years.
I'll tell you what really turned me off on that show was, not this past Super Bowl, the one before where it was the Eagles and the Chiefs. The Wednesday night leading up to the Super Bowl, there was a Chiefs fan that was on the show for a long time too. You're on with Jeff on No Huddle. State your name and the team you rep.
Hey, it's Money Chuck, and of course I'm a Raiders fan. How you guys doing tonight?
What's up, Money Chuck?
Money Chuck,
man?
Not much, Jeff. I'm knocking on the door, and I'm hoping to sell you a little bit more on Mendoza, my friend.
I'm cool on him. You don't have to sell me.
Sure?
Yeah, I know that's who we're taking. Me wasting my breath talking about trading the picks just not going to happen anymore. I've come to grips with that's what we're going to take, and that's what we're going to end up with.
Well, we got Afgassi on here. I know he supports the pick.
Yeah, he does.
I got to tell you, Jeff. Really, I know there's not a plethora of quarterbacks, in this draft, but he's like the best thing on the buffet. the best menu item, and it tastes good right about now. I think the guy's special. I think he reads. I think he reads defenses a lot better than most quarterbacks. He's intelligent. His ball placement is right on the spot. His leadership skills, are great. He's big. When we built that quarterback last night, a lot of those attributes that that the crowd wanted, fit this guy.
Well, like the 6'7" and 300 pounds.
No, not quite that big. But he's 6'4" and 225. He can stand to put 10 pounds of muscles on him. I'm really interested to see what happens when they get him in the weight room, and maybe get some more speed on him as well too. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think the same. Go ahead.
Did you see the last one I made?
No, I just hopped in the show about 10 minutes ago.
No, last night I meant. I don't know if you saw the one I made last night, the very last one.
Oh, the Genty one.
No, not even that one. This one. Watch. Let me pull it up. Oh shit! I don't think I can. Oh no, yeah, I can. This one. Nope. This one.
So can I hit another topic? So this free agent market outside of Linderbaum, who do you guys see as viable options? On the offensive line, I don't see too many guys. There's a guy from the Chargers that I saw who's only 26 years old. They spent a 17th overall pick on. He's solid and he's healthy, but he's not necessarily a mauler, but he's got good lateral movement and he's quick off the ball. I'm wondering if we can do anything with him.
Let me see. Well, actually, the Chargers have 3 guys that are free agents on the offensive line. They've got Pimpkins, which is the guy that on that Monday night game against the Chargers, he alone on the right, because they put him on the right side that night, and he shut Max down. Max was totally invisible that night.
They converted this kid to center, the one I'm thinking of.
Okay, so
at one point.
He's
26 years old. He was a 17th overall pick.
Zion Johnson.
Yes, exactly. So from what I've researched, he's solid, but he just, he isn't living up to to the 17th overall pick. I wonder if we can coach him up. It's hard to believe that Harbaugh's staff hasn't been able to do it, but maybe on a prove it deal. I'm saying, given a young kid, who's 26 years old,
so they
didn't get a 5th-year option.
Overall, you said?
Say that again.
They took him 17th overall, so they didn't take his 5th-year contract then.
Right, exactly.
Sounds like an Alex
definitely
Leatherman.
Makes me raise my eyebrows a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm really, but based on the research that I've seen, he's solid. He's nothing exceptional, but he's solid and he's healthy, and he's only 26.
Yeah, I see that here now too. His market value, let me see. It's actually not that bad. It's a big difference from Linderbaum, that's for sure. His market value is 11 mil.
Yeah, what I'm saying, at the very least, it could be a good, a solid depth piece, what I'm saying, and he can play center too, or at least he did at one point. In case we have center issues.
Yeah, I'm looking at him in the sport track, so it doesn't give me like play stats or anything like that, because I'm just looking at the full list of all offensive linemen that are free agents.
The free agents that I want to really bring in, I want to be on the younger side. I don't really want to bring in anyone over 28 or 29. Well, Devin Lloyd, I definitely agree with you. I think I think we can't get Linderbaum, and we should definitely take a splash on that cat.
Well, knowing now that we're switching to a 3-4, I think getting Lloyd is like, I think that's shifted as priority 1, to be honest with you, because worst case scenario, we put JPJ back at center, and that's where he stays. We don't fuck with him like we did last year. I don't think you're going to see that with this coaching staff. I don't think they're going to be playing with this kid's head, because that didn't do him any good at all last year. They messed with his confidence.
And a lot of people aren't mentioning this, but we've got to do something with our secondary. We've got to either get either got to get a cover safety or a quarterback or both. But we got to get at least one of the two this season. Yeah. I'm wondering what we're going to do about that. I honestly, there's some good safeties in this draft. I wouldn't be too upset if if we traded down from 67 to maybe like 59, 58, targeted a safety from there.
Did you watch any of the combine today at all?
Yeah, I did watch some of it.
Yeah, I watched yesterday's in full and I watched today's in full, and there's some speed and there's some hands out there too with these guys with some decent footwork too. So some of these guys look pretty damn good. So definitely we can do mid round somewhere. Mid round.
I'm a Ducks fan. I like Dylan Thiemann. If you know who he is, he's a cover safety from Oregon. No. He's pretty decent. He might go off the board. What I'm saying, in the early 40s. So that's my only worry.
Yeah, linebacker. This came up earlier too about Richardson. I'm not. No, I don't want Richardson. I think that kid is a bust of all busts.
Right.
Could he be changed? Possibly, but he's one of those ones like we were talking about early on when I said, some teams just throw quarterbacks in sooner than they should be, and I think he's a victim of it. He's definitely he didn't have enough play time in college. He only played in 13 games his college career. He comes in and all of a sudden, bang, he's a starter in the Colts and doesn't even make the full season. He hasn't played a full season since he's been here. You got benched for Flacco at one. Come on. Hey, Sacktown, I know you're in the chat. Happy birthday, brother.
Jeff, so I know free agency has a lot of offensive linemen, but a lot of the good ones, I'm saying they're 28, 29, have some injury, concerns. Outside of Linderbaum and Javon Walker, who would cost a fortune, I really don't see too many options. I really wouldn't mind attacking other fronts in free agency and maybe picking up an offensive tackle in the second round.
Yeah, I think we would kind of have to. We're definitely going to have to take somebody in the draft for sure.
I can never pronounce his name, but it's Matt Ilchador or whatever the hell it is from Arizona State. Have you watched any film on that kid?
Ilchador, I think. Yeah, no, I haven't yet. That's why I'm waiting for Sunday. Sunday's my favorite day when it comes to the combine. Whenever the offensive linemen go, that's my day.
So
I'm going to be on live. I'll be on live tomorrow with Jay from Just Raiders Baby, doing watching the skill players tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go live. So he's going to host tomorrow. I'm joining him on his show and streaming. And then Sunday, I'm going to do the offensive lineman because that's definitely what I want to pay attention to.
Yeah, keep an eye out on that kid. So he's big and he's fast. So he's like, I think he's 6'5", but he's about 320, 325. He's strong. He's got a huge wingspan. He's quick off the ball. He's got great recovery skills. There's been a few plays where I've seen him actually get beat off the ball, but he recovers quick because he's got such long arms. His hand usage needs to improve just a little bit. He needs to be a little more violent with his hands, but he's definitely always in front of the guy, and he's got great lateral movement. The guy's quick with great movement, and he seems to be a quick learner. He's definitely gotten better over the span of time with Arizona State. I'd really like to take a flyer on that guy if we can get him.
Yeah, I definitely want. Like I said, I'll be watching for these guys on Sunday. My big thing is I don't care about the 40. It doesn't matter with these big guys. I don't care if they run 6-second 40s for all I give a shit. My big thing with them is their footwork. That's right. What you want to see. You want to see how quick they are with their footwork. Do they keep their feet moving the whole time that they're doing these drills and such? That's the biggest thing is footwork, and if they use the sled, how good they are with
well, keep your eye open for him.
I know. Hey. Hang on a second. Eric keeps saying Edwards from Buffalo. He's a guard. Dude, I am not paying $20 million for a freaking guard. I'm sorry.
He's like, I think he's 28 or 29 too.
He'll be 29 by the time the season starts. He's 28 years old in 9 months.
I don't know though, but is he a plug and play player though? I mean, is he the real? He's had injury history. I think he tore something in his leg one year.
Well, let's put it this way: his contract right now is $3 million. His contract's $3 million right now. His market value is 19.9, so that's 20 mil. If we're gonna put money on a player, I'd rather go for somebody like Connor McGovern, who's a year younger, and he's a center from Buffalo, and his value is 16.2. If we don't get Linderbaum, I wouldn't mind trying for him, and then you can keep JPJ at guard.
You're gonna say Conor McGregor for a second.
San Diego Zion, whatever. Zion Young. Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on him. He sounds like we can get him at the right price too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I'm sure other people want to talk, and you got to catch up on the chat, but appreciate both of you guys. And Afghani, love you, brother. Keep on.
Save him, man. Thanks for
much respect, Money Show.
All right. Goodbye,
we share very similar sentiments, me and you, with Mendoza. We'll save that conversation for another. Anyways,
it's funny after seeing him in the chat and going at it with so many people, for the last year or so, and then when he called for the first time a couple of weeks ago, it was kind of cool because he's such a mellow dude. Actually, it's like when you see him in the chats, you would expect him to be like that same type of person when he gets on the phone. So when he called for the first time and he started talking, it's like, oh wow, he's like wicked down to earth,
He's passionate about his views, and so I am too, to a point. So yeah. You remember Bruce Campbell? Yeah.
the
Combine Warrior from 2010. Yeah.
We
ran hella fast, benched a hell of a lot. Yeah.
We talked about this Wednesday night on the Connection show. Last year, we had a guy come in and give us quotes on replacing some of the windows in the house, and he saw my Raiders stuff in the house and everything. He's like, you're
working on a cell.
Yeah. I said, yeah. He goes, you know who my cousin is? And I'm like, who? He goes, they call him the Combine Warrior. And I looked at him and go,
Bruce Campbell.
Campbell? I said, Campbell? He goes, yeah, it's my cousin. I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
It's his cousin. Yeah. They live in Massachusetts. They live like maybe 20 miles away from me. So he's like, yeah. And I told him about the whole YouTube thing and I'm doing and everything. I said, dude, I would love to get him on the show. He goes,
I like Bruce Campbell. I don't care what anyone says. So you know what's funny that year? Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I gave him all my information, but for him to reach out to him and everything. But he didn't get the job for the window, so I didn't hear shit. So that's probably why I never got a hold of him. He's like, fuck that guy.
That's what's up. I just remember that year, because of his combine workout, they had him pegged to go to us round 1. They thought we were going to take a flyer on him round 1. So when I saw that we took him, I think round 4 or 5, I was like, okay, I'm with that. Round 1, absolutely not, but round 4.
Yeah. See,
I mean, it didn't work out as much as it would have wished he did. I mean, he was no more than a rotational tackle for us. He then went on to, I think, Carolina and was okay for a little bit. But I like Bruce Campbell.
But you can't get mad at that pick when you take him in the 4th round. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not. I wasn't.
The 1st or 2nd, then it'd be like, what the hell are we doing? When you take a flyer on a player like that in the 4th round, whatever. Like, even if we would have taken Shador last year in the 4th or 5th round before Cleveland took him, what's the big deal? At that point, if he works out, he works out. If he's a bust, he's a bust,
Mm-hmm.
That's why people are like, well, if it doesn't work out with Mendoza, not a big deal. Like, yeah, it is a big deal because you're wasting the number 1 overall pick. If he doesn't work out, that's the same thing as Jamarcus Russell. So why would you be okay with that? But everybody's so pissed off about the whole Jamarcus thing didn't work out. So you're telling me you're not okay with Jamarcus Russell not working out, but if Mendoza, for whatever reason, I'm not saying he's gonna, if he doesn't work out, oh, it's okay. We'll just try again later. What? That's a bad way to look at it.
Look, I would be disappointed if he doesn't work out. Absolutely. But I won't be disappointed at the fact that we tried. We're trying something different. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
we
Like
tried that with
that's
DeMarcus and it didn't work out.
yeah,
So
but
it's the
that's
same
that was
concept.
nearly 20 years ago.
I know.
That's all I'm saying. Like
I know.
it's been such a long time since we tried. So if he say hypothetically he fails, I won't be so mad at us making the pick because at least we're trying something that we haven't tried for a long time, and then on paper it looks like it's the right direction. You know what I mean? What happens from here, we will see. That's
Yeah.
why I mean I may not have said it like that, but I kind of get it to a point. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, would I be disappointed and mad if he doesn't work out? Yes, I would be. But at least we're taking a shot. Something that I've been pounding the table for a few years now, but especially now. So,
Cool, Kev. Let's see. Raiders fall back to 3 or 4 and take Proctor and then move Miller to right tackle.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah.
Well, did Colton Miller play right tackle in college?
Oh, that I don't know. I couldn't tell you without going back and looking. I'm not sure.
Well, just quickly off the rip, that gives me shades of Donald
tackle,
trying to change Donald Penn over to right tackle the season we drafted Colton Miller, and that it just didn't work out.
I did hear that, Cool Kev, that it sounds like he might be going to the Vikings. Richardson, Lance, Rosen, anyone else that were supposed to be first-round gems by the experts. I think the problem with, like I said, with Richardson was he just didn't have enough time. Trey Lance, too, that was a bad move. Rosen was another. Yeah, those guys were bad in the NFL anyway. The question becomes, in Mendoza getting thrown in too early. And that's the one thing I'm worried about is putting him out there too early, especially if we don't have the right things around him.
Like I keep highlighting as well, Jeff. Derek Carr didn't have the right pieces around, like the pieces that he had 2015, 2016 in his most successful years with us around his rookie season. Like, do I expect Mendoza to struggle if we don't fill the voids? Probably, but it's not outside the realm of possibility where he can get the job done serviceably enough to show that there's hope that he has a future. You know what I'm saying it's not going to be an all the way disaster if year one doesn't work out for him.
Yeah, I get it. But also, Derek Carr wasn't a first-round pick.
Doesn't matter. He was a quarterback, rookie quarterback.
Yeah, I know. But when you're a first-round pick, your expectations are up here because you're a first-round pick. When you're a second or third, you start to lower those expectations because if it works out, great. If it doesn't, okay. But when you're up here at the number one, if it doesn't work out, oh, shit. But if it works out, that's perfect. That's where we want to be. We want it to work out, so we want to keep his expectations up here. But if it doesn't, we're down here again.
But my point is that Derek
one again.
My point is that Derek Carr was able to do it serviceably enough year one as a rookie. So that's what I'm trying to say, Jeff. Is that if Derek Carr can get it done, then there's no reason why Mendoza. I'm not expecting him to have a Pro Bowl type year, all pro. If he can be fantastic, I'm not expecting him to do this, that, and whatever year one. All I'm trying to say is that it is possible. If we don't fill the pieces around him properly, we give him a little bit more, give the staff a little bit more time to do that year 2, year 3. That's why I brought up Derek Carr.
Let me see here. I'm gonna bring something else up too. Defensive back in the combine name. Yeah, I saw that today too. I saw the Marcus Allen name out there. I'm like, when I start doing mock drafts, I'm drafting that guy no matter what. Just like last year, there was a kid named what the hell? It was C. His first name began with a C, and his last name was Woodson. And I would always draft him. And 805 brought this up a couple of weeks ago on his show. And the kid actually turned out to be pretty decent in the NFL this past season. And a lot of my mock drafts, I would pick him because of the last name Woodson. And he was doing the same thing too. And he even said it. He goes, I can't tell you how many times I picked him in the mock draft because of his name. I said, I did the same thing. And he ended up turning out to be pretty decent.
Just to touch up on the chat, just down like at the bottom. Yeah, I'm not sure who is. I see it's Musgrave maybe, but just touching up on what I was trying to say before. We didn't have the car insurance year one with Derek Carr. That came in 2015. And we didn't have the wide receivers either year one. Remember, we had guys like Rod Streeter and injured Denarius Moore and I think, who was it, James Jones as well. So all the pieces in his most successful years came later down the line, not year one. And he didn't all the way struggle. He wasn't great, but I remember that year, we didn't win a whole bunch of games, but he showed enough promise. And that would be my bare expectation if Mendoza is to start. Just show enough promise that in time you can be the guy. If he does any more than that, that's a home run.
Damn it, what the hell is this? I want to bring this up.
On that note, I'm going to go. I'll let you go to your caller. Take care, Jeff. I got to go. Peace out.
Thanks.
Take care, Jeff.
Yeah. Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate you. You're on No Huddle with Jeff. State your name and the team you rep.
Okay, buddy. Actually, the other gentleman on with you, what's
He just got off.
Okay, he just got off. Okay. Now, Jeff, we're going to rein it back in. I'm going to tell you what is going to help Mendoza. Now, granted, I'll tell you why, as you said, you did say it, and we're going to take him. But Brady is against. Brady did an interview, I don't know if it was this season or last season, I forget it, we're talking about quarterbacks going in right away, right? And I don't think he's for it because he's like, they have to learn, right? So if we got to stick with, I said earlier and we talked about, if we keep Gino on the staff, which sounds like they probably will, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Gino's our guy. But you are right. We need a center. Now, look, if we don't get a center in free agency, we probably know JPJ is probably going back to center, okay? I'm going to mention a center. I'm not sure if he's retiring, but he was pretty bad on the Pats. Bradbury. You know Bradbury, who the Patriots signed last offseason from the Vikings?
Sure.
Okay, I'm not sure if he's I'm not sure if he's retiring or if but he's a veteran. Okay, he was great on the Vikings. We could use him because a qualified center that is a veteran center, like you've been saying, say Mendoza we draft and we decide to throw in. A center can call out the protections and stuff and say, okay, this guy's about to blitz, this guy is not, that's right? You know what I'm saying? Can kind of help out sometimes a rookie quarterback who's not going to see all that, okay? But, I know you said you didn't want Edwards, and stuff because of his, well, I mean, I don't know what type of, what you can, huh?
What did I say?
No, you said because of the money. What's he making? 20 million, or is he going to want 20 million? But yeah. Jeff, I want you to chalk this up. You said something that I'm going to give you credit for. This is twice in one night. Bueno, I'm giving Jeff credit. Bueno's in the chat. Twice in the same night, I'm giving Jeff credit and agreeing with him. You did mention the dude from Buffalo, the center, though, right?
Yeah.
I would not mind having him because I think, because obviously the center is the quarterback of the O-line. Now, I don't think we need like a guard and a tackle in free agency. I really think even if we just get a guard in free agency, with Miller coming back and some of the linemen that we got that are depth, we can be better. Why? Because now we have a good offensive line coach who can probably get these guys. Look, our O-line can't go any further back than they did last year. They can only go forward. So he could probably get the guys that we're going to have on the line again to look 5 times better than they did last year, which means if we go into the starting season and Gino happens to be our starter, he might not look as bad, okay? Because the blocking scheme is going to be a whole lot. We have a competent coach, okay? So, Jeff, twice in one day, I gave you props. You're doing a good job tonight. I'm going to give you that, Jeff. You're doing a good job.
Thanks.
Okay. I normally I want to. I've only called in. This is my second time calling in. I called it, and I text you during the week. But seriously, I don't think even if Mendoza we draft and start,
We can do this
Yeah.
tomorrow night, when it's the actual Raider show.
Well, we could talk about the Raiders?
Tonight's not the Raider show. Tonight's like an NFL talk show.
Well, I'm trying to talk about the. I mean, what? Okay, you want to talk about the NFL? Okay, let me tell you.
No, it's exclusive Raiders. That's why.
You-
It's Jason.
okay.
It's Raider Nation Voices with Jason and myself, where we take phone calls and we talk about.
Okay, let's talk about Sonny Styles then. Probably going to be the nastiest linebacker we've seen in years coming out.
Yeah, we're probably not going to get him.
Oh, we're not. No, I know. No, I'm just saying he is going to be a beast. And
Don't disagree with that.
And Bain, if I was the Jets, I would take Bain at number 2. Right? The Jets have the second pick. I would take Bain. You have to face Josh Allen. You're facing May. You're facing quarterbacks. You want to get pressure on quarterbacks, and I don't care if the guy has short arms or not. It doesn't matter. The guy has.
Well, that's a big deal.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
ask the rookie offensive left tackle for the Patriots how much that affected him in the playoffs. He got wrecked because of that. He got owned because of that. He had bad footwork.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He had bad footwork, and his short arms cost him a lot during the playoffs.
But Manti Te'o today on Good Morning Football said something. He said, short arms or not.
Sorry, mate.
He said, if you can get a football player who is athletically skilled to play football and can make a difference, he said, you take him. And he said, they compared Bain to, he was on the Chargers. He was Ingram. You remember when Manti Te'o said he compares them? He goes, Ingram had short arms, and that guy turned out to be. Did you say Nate was in the chat?
No, I said hi, Randy. I'm trying to talk to the chat while you're going on.
Yeah. But anyways, so if we're going to talk football, hey, the guy has athletic ability, can be a difference maker. Who cares about you? Take him and I think the Jets would be, just my opinion. Why not get somebody that can you have to scheme for when you play the Jets? It's not going to make them better. It's kind of like the rate, but at least you have somebody.
It's not going to make them better. Then why are you taking them?
Well, you get the second pick because you suck.
You don't take a player because you don't.
You can build around on the defense at least.
He's going to make you better. Why would you take a player if you don't think he's going to make you better?
On defensive side, he'll make them better.
You just said they would make them better. You just
no. Meaning better. They're not going to win. They're not going to win like 11 or 12 games.
Well, no, because the rest of the team's trash too. So yeah.
But I mean,
look at that. It's going to take more than one player to make that team better. What a coincidence! That's the same thing we're going through. Taking one player.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Genius. Listen, genius. Oh, okay. Genius. Listen. Okay. Now you're like pins. I'm gonna knock you down like a bowling ball. Listen to the genius. The Jets
There's no bowling in this area anymore. Lincoln Lanes is the bowling alley at the mall shutting down. Did you see that? Tomorrow's the last day.
No. Now you're going off. I'm going to reel you back in. This is an NFL show.
I'm gonna reel you back
NFL show. The Jets are always what, a top 5 defense. Why not add another playmaker on your right? The only way Jets wins games usually is because their defense keeps them in it. I would add this guy all day long.
What they did last season, right? They traded away their best defensive player.
So why not replace your best? Why not
get rid of one of the
second pick
linemen? Gone. Their defense is right now.
Their defense is. So if you're the Jets, okay, you're not getting a quarterback. If they wanted Mendoza, I don't know if they do or they don't, but you're not getting him. He's going 1. Forget about it. If you are interested, forget about it. So you have a chance at 2. You could take Bain, or if you want to you could take Sonny. I mean, I've seen projections where they get Sonny going like 11 or something. But I'm saying they have or you could take the safety from Ohio State.
You're all over the place.
No, I'm talking defense. I'm like the Jets. If they wanted, they say, hey, so those are the top 3 defensive players. I'm just saying.
When you're picking number 2 overall, you've got you basically have the pick of the litter because you already know what we're picking. Okay, you already know that we're gonna end up taking Mendoza, even though right now he's not.
I love when you say that. Can you say that again, Jeff? Can you say that again for all of us? For Eric,
what do I need
we're
to say?
taking who?
I could say we're picking Billy Bob Schmuckface, and it won't make a difference. They're not going to take him. They're going to take who they think. Of course, they're going to take Mendoza. Coming out and saying the Raiders are taking Mendoza is not breaking news, folks. It's common sense. That's
I don't know. Months ago,
it's what
months
we're
ago,
going to
you
take.
were like, "We're trading back."
No, I didn't say
Okay,
we were trading back. I said I think we
Go ahead.
should. I didn't say, hey,
Why-
we're trading back. I said I think we should for the betterment.
Now you're on the Raider train.
It's
This
all
is
about the
NFL
team.
talk tonight.
It's not about one position. It's about the team.
So we're talking about the Jets. We're not talking about our team, Jeff. Remember, we got off that. So you're the Jets, and they have needs, obviously, because of the second, they get the second pick. Why would you not pass? Why would you pass, like you said, on a guy, again, Bain, I'm just saying, who's the top defensive player they're saying coming out, right? Anybody can agree that he's the top defensive player coming out.
I disagree wholeheartedly. Disagree.
Who are you going to say, Sonny? I could go with that. You're going
Sonny.
to say Styles is
No.
Huh?
No, not even him.
Oh, so who do you think is the best defensive player?
Reese by far from Ohio State. Reese is number one right now. If we weren't taking Mendoza, Reese would be the guy we'd be going for.
You know who Eric would want? I would want Sonny just because Jeff wants Reese.
Oh, so you're gonna reach and you're gonna go for Reese's partner in crime, his other linebacker. I mean, either one really can't go wrong with him, but Reese is just a freak.
Look, you're right. You can't go wrong with either one. I mean, I'm just saying the Jets, they seem to be, even with the Brady, they like their defense. They always seem in years, they don't really build okay. A couple years ago, they took their receiver, what's his face, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, the receiver they have. Okay, they took him from Ohio State. But it always seems they get defensive players. They like the backers. They like to have that attitude defense. So that's why I'm saying I think Bain, you got to have somebody. I mean, they have holes, lots of holes like we do. But, watch it. Look, Jeff, okay. For you, okay, for scratch number one. Okay, number two, I will bet you a coffee. I mean, because you like your Dunkin' Donuts coffee, buddy. You like it,
How did we
Bain
get
goes to the
Donuts
Jets.
coffee now from talking about the Jets?
Well, no, I said, well, I'll bet you a coffee that they take Bain. I mean, that's just my opinion. That they should take
Jets?
The Jets, yeah, they're taking Bain.
So, Jack, you said Bain is not Avril. Jack, kind of explain what you're saying there. Are you saying Bain is better than Reese, or is Reese better than Bain? I don't get it.
It depends. I mean, when we were just saying who's the best defensive player, Jeff, it is kind of tough because, look, that's a tough thing to say because a D end is different than a lot. I think you have to look at rephrase it. Who's the best linebacker? Who's the best D end? Because it's tough. They're two different positions. You're probably right. Reese and Sonny are just one's 1A, one's 1B. You can't go wrong with either backer. Whoever takes them. And by the way, it warmed my heart tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw a reunion. Now I don't follow your show all the time. Christopher Raiders called in. I'm just saying it. That warmed my heart. I was like, okay, great. That's awesome. That warmed my heart. I was like, oh my God, Chris called in the show. But hey, again, when you're at the draft and you'll be there, and when they take him at 2, you're gonna be like, Don, damn, honey, Eric was right again. I gotta start listening to Eric on when.
Hey, Chad, just for the record, Eric is a Raiders fan. He's not a Jets fan. So,
I'm not even looking at you.
Jets fan because you mentioned the Jets.
Oh well, because
I agree with you, Jack. Reese is way better than Bain now, without a doubt. After watching what I saw today, too, for sure. I mean, the guy's a physical specimen. I just hope he can build on that 1 year. That's all.
Well, yeah. I mean, hey, we will. hey, we shall see. I mean, you're right. Reese, they're pumping it on.
I just can't
right?
wait till I'm at the draft and all of a sudden Goodell comes up with the pick for number 1 and he says, "We have a trade. The Raiders have traded out of the number 1 to the number 2 to the Jets."
And you know what you're going to hear?
Jets select Fernando Mendoza. Raiders are now on the clock. And part of that trade, the Raiders also get the Jets number 16 overall in their first round of next 2 first rounders next year.
So
their own and the Cowboys.
I'll play the Jeff game. If that happens, and it's not going to, it's not going to happen. But if that happened, we would take Bain. We would take Bain. Yep, I'd be for that if that happened. But that's not going to happen.
We would definitely take Reese. No toys about it.
Oh, guaranteed, Bain would look fantastic. We're not taking Reese. We take Bain. Why? Why would you take Bain? I'll tell you.
Because we're going to a 3-4 and we need superior linebackers, which we don't have on our roster.
Okay.
Right now.
So we should do this.
Why would we take an edge rusher?
Right.
When our biggest need would be linebacker at that moment. That's saying Max is still here. So if Max is still on the team, why are we going to take an edge rusher that's got questions when we could take a linebacker that could just step right in and be the star on that defense and be the green dot right away because he's that good?
So,
him or Sonny Styles.
Well, okay. Okay. Let me. Can I answer? Okay. If Max is on the team, so we'll play the game like, okay, you trade Max. They trade Max. They get with and you don't get another DN. Great. Now we have we don't have a right DN. We don't have a left DN or what? We don't have DNs. Kuntz is. I don't want Kuntz back. I don't know how many some Raider fans want Kuntz back. I don't. We know what's his face. They're not bringing back. Tyree Wilson, please don't bring him back. Okay. And then if you traded Max, great. So we have no edge rushers.
You realize Tyree's not a free agent.
No. I said they're not picking up. Yeah, they're not picking up his 50th. I read that they're not going to pick it up. So they're going to probably let him go.
Still got him for this year, though.
They can waive him or whatever. They could just. I mean, they could. They don't have to keep him. But okay.
No, I'm confused now.
So anyways, so we wouldn't have an edge rusher if we get rid of Max. I mean, if they trade Max, if we play your game and they trade Max, a D end is probably where they would go in the draft. If they keep Max and they do your deal, like, they traded to just say with the Jets, you're right. I'd probably be like, well, you got Max. You can get another DN because this is deep in DNs, they're saying this year. You could get maybe that kid from Missouri, okay? Yeah, I'd be like, okay, they'll take a backer because we still have Max. You need a backer, okay, and we can get a DN. I mean, I don't know where that kid from Missouri suggested to fall. 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th, I don't know, but he's supposed to be nasty too. He's supposed to be real good. So, but we're not. But, and by the way, who said we're changing to 3-4? I mean, who said?
The Raiders themselves. Kubiak said it. Leonard.
Did he? Okay.
It's common knowledge. It's out there. It's not like it's a rumor. It's a legit. Raiders are going to a 3-4.
Okay. I see. When you guys were talking about this tonight, I'm like,
yeah, I wouldn't just make that up. I mean, that's a legit thing because that changes everything. That changes our need in the draft. To be honest with you.
Well, let's be honest. Look, your co-host for tonight. Yeah, I mean, you guys were right. Your co-host was right. Obviously, a 3-4, you need it right. It does because you need backers. You need backers right.
We need linebackers and we need a bona fide nose tackle. We can't take a guy that's like a Laki Tassi or JJ Pegues and like, hey, let's try these guys at nose tackle. No, we need a guy that's actually, whether it's a free agent that's played nose tackle, experienced nose tackle.
Well, how about
that's coming out of college that's played nose tackle? You need somebody that you can put there that you can trust. You don't need to convert a defensive end like a Tyree to nose tackle or a defensive tackle to nose tackle. It's a special spot. You need to make sure you got a guy that can handle that because you're the run stopper. Yep. You're the guy that's sealing up those middle gaps.
Yep. Well, in free agency,
you got a big job to do. You're a disruptor.
Well, since you guys are telling me these articles, like this is coming out that they've said that this is what they're going to, then maybe in free agency, one of the big guys, I'm not sure if he's a nose tackle, but is the D tackle? There's a D tackle from Denver that's a free agent. I forget his name, but I don't know if he's their nose or not. I forget his name. So if we're going to a 3-4, at some point when they sign free agents, it could be. You're right. E-line is signed before, but it could be like you're talking about. Hey, we want to get a big run stopper before we get a backer. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think the guy from Denver might be like 330 or 320 or something, but I don't know if he's a nose. But, and by the way, so like I want Edwards more because you don't want him. So any player in free agent, Jeff, when I hear you the rest of the night, I'm going to want him more. Just going to be like, let's sign him so I can be like, yeah, Jeff didn't want him, but we got him,
So you're going to base what you want on this team based on what I say, like you want to do the opposite. That's what you're saying?
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, look, I don't watch as many.
Good, then I want Mendoza. So now you want to trade the pick away.
You can't change it. Well, no. You know why there's two okay. Besides Mendoza, let's be honest. What's one of the big reasons, though, I love Mendoza?
Because he's a God-fearing man.
Thank you. And I know I love that.
Reason to get a player. That's perfect.
Actually, if we're going to he's a leader, and it shows. You know what that shows? He's a leader. I mean, everybody knows that he's a leader. He's got the talent. We all know. Your buddy was saying that earlier. He has the talent.
Saying what?
So Mendoza, he has the talent. I'm saying he has the talent. He can be a leader. He actually can be a leader, which we haven't had. Who's the last quarterback we had that was really a legit leader? Carr wasn't really a leader.
Who?
And Carr? You felt Carr was a leader?
Carr was one hell of a leader on this team. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I don't think he was a leader.
Oh my God. He was like the ultimate. Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. I liked him. I don't think he was a leader. He was good. Wow. I don't think he was a leader.
Wow.
No, Mac was the leader of the team when Mac was on the team, the leader of the team.
No, he wasn't.
Mac was the leader. I felt Mac was the leader over Carr. Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Of course.
He might have led the defense. He might have been the voice of the defense. No. He wasn't the leader overall on that team.
I don't think Carr was the leader of the team.
Oh my God.
Why was Carr the leader of the team?
Dude, he was the face of the team. Him and Mac were the face of the team, but Derek Carr was the voice of the team. He was the leader. He's the one that people look to.
Yeah,
Mac
he's a quarterback.
Mac wasn't very vocal.
Well, how do we know that? I mean, we weren't living. How do we know?
Derek Carr was the leader of this team.
Nah, I don't think he was the leader. But anyways, the point.
Did you like him? I mean, he was a God-fearing man. Did you like him?
Absolutely, I did. I like Carr. Yeah. You're taking it. I'm not saying that's the only reason to get
him as the leader of the team. He was definitely the leader of the team. There was no, I wouldn't have even put anybody else up as a leader over him on this team as long as he was here. Maybe towards the last year or two when McDumdum was here. Probably not, because McDummy just undermined everybody. He was a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, I don't think there was any Raider fan that was excited about that signing with McDaniels. But that's
I didn't want him. As soon as they mentioned his name as a possibility, I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, and I mean, we real quickly, we only did it because our owner thought, oh, he's an OC, great, he'll turn everything around. But if you looked at his track record, he sucked with. Huh?
I never felt that way. That's for damn sure. Because I saw what he did in Denver. He's one of those guys that's a good offensive coordinator or a great offensive coordinator. He's a horrible head coach. Horrible head coach.
Now, here's, if we're talking defense, here's a name. He's a free agent from the Pats. They could re-sign him because I don't think he's going to.
Better than Max right now. This is the highest value right now. Name an edge rusher right now better than Max. Oh my God. Let's see. TJ Watt,
Hutchinson,
Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons. You can still name a few others too.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, he's younger.
And the only reason, look, the only reason.
I don't know
The
about
only
Trey
reason-
Hendrickson. What's up, Rebel? I just saw you in here. What's up, brother?
I think
I do like
the only reason is as much as Raider fans and we love Max is right, because there are times, as you mentioned earlier, oh God, I'm agreeing with you yet again. Oh God, I got to pray on this. This is the third time I'm going to agree with you. Is there are times Max does sometimes poof in games sometimes, right? Not
I need
that,
to have
you
my
know,
secretary screen my calls better.
No, I text your wife before I'm going to call, and she's like, okay. I do. I text her. I say, hey, Dawn, I'm about to call. And she's like, okay.
Hey, what's
I'll
up,
make sure
Chewy?
the phone
Chewy,
line.
it's Eric. Eric is on the phone. You've seen him in the chat as Eric Bell on, if you see the Facebook or Raider EH, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Raider E. I just spell it with an H
Raider
because we're
E,
in New England.
What's up, Bill?
Who's
What's going
Chewy?
on, man?
Wait a minute. Is Chewy? Is that your boy?
Chewy's in the
Is
chat.
No, is Chewy?
Chewy in the chat?
Is Chewy? That's not Leo, right?
No.
No.
Leo
Okay,
is Cutolinas.
Okay, see, I don't. Okay, but anyways, I forgot what we were talking about, but you talked about screening my calls, and I had a point to make, and I forgot. I shouldn't even be on the phone this long because you live like 15 minutes from me. I should just bother you every day. Everybody else in the chat and stuff has to call or, you know, buddy you up to get on your show. Where I live like 15 minutes from you, I should just be at your door doing this, but.
Just tell me Derek
anyway,
Carr's not the leader again. I want to hear you say it again.
I did not feel, in my opinion, he was the leader of the team, and I don't care what. I'm not looking for chats. Like the chats, like blah blah blah. Eric, what up? I don't care. I mean, it's my opinion.
It takes a lot for you to say.
We all have our opinions. Did I say he wasn't good? No.
It takes
did I
a
like
lot
him?
for you
Absolutely,
to say
I did.
that.
Absolutely. And when we drafted him, the fourth round, we got him from right Nevada or where he came from, UNLV, wherever he came from. Fourth round, I think. I was like, hey, we're drafting a quarterback, even though it's a what? And I thought, but granted, we didn't give him the best of the talent. But, I mean, he'd win games, but there were lots of games he'd lose. But anyways, I didn't feel he was the leader. That's just my opinion. Sorry about that. I know that upsets you, Jeff. I didn't feel he was the leader.
I'm not upset.
I mean, do I like him? Yes. Did I like him? I mean, he's retired now, so it doesn't matter. Although I heard rumors he's coming out of retirement, right? Is that the rumors I keep sometimes seeing, that he wants to come out or something? So, we can re-sign him. We can bring Edwards in at guard. We can add. Now, you talk about tackle. Rasheed Walker is from Green Bay. How old is he? Isn't he like 26, Jeff? I don't have anything in front of me.
Really?
What's he going for? Huh?
Let me see.
Yeah.
What is he? A tackle?
Yeah, Rasheed Walker, Green Bay.
Are we talking offense or defense?
No, we're talking offense. He's a tackle.
From Green Bay?
Yep. He'll be one of a. Well, he's going to be a line, whether they resign him, he's one of the big names out there, obviously. Most likely Green Bay is going to resign him.
$20 million.
I mean,
he's 26 years old. So yeah, he's
a tackle. Look, that's tackle money. You're not going to get, I'm saying any team, even you're not going to get tackles cheaper than that.
Yeah, I would pay that kind of money for a left tackle because those are very.
Is he left tackle? Is he left or right? Is he left?
Left.
Okay. But we have a left tackle, right? We got real
left. Huh?
We have the left tackle. But anyways, hey, I'll let other people call in so you can, they'll buddy you up. But we'll always butt heads. But, I respect you. That's the last compliment you'll get for today from me. That's 4. That is 4 in one day I gave you, Jeff. You're not getting any more for 3
phone
months.
calls. You didn't call me 4 times today.
No. I said 4 compliments. I said when I gave you, I said that's 4 today. No, I didn't call you 4 times today. No. Okay, but hey, do your show. And is your buddy back on so he can? Because I know if someone's on the phone,
he
can't.
tonight.
Oh, he left.
He's in Australia, dude. It's 11:23 Saturday morning over there for
Oh,
him. He's
well, where's your other?
going off to
Where's
play
your?
cricket.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's
I still say,
okay.
and I will stand by this, our number one
Mhm.
free agent signing needs to
Uh-huh.
be Bob and Moyer.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, it's a long snapper, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah,
Seriously,
it's a long snap.
I'm not kidding.
I
I'm
was
dead
think-
serious on that.
Why?
You
can
don't
get
fuck,
long.
you don't fuck with a long snapper. When you got one that's good and works, you don't.
You say don't do that, but then you're the same person that says, "Oh my God, we gotta get offensive line first," and now you're like, sign a long snap. Yeah, you know why? Because long snappers can
There's
have
an
the
offensive
longest
lineman
career.
the other way, so
They can have a 30-year career in football.
exactly. If you look
Right,
if you look at the
Yep.
free agents for long snappers right now, right?
Yep.
So I
Yep.
did look this up because it's kind of funny.
Okay.
So
Yep.
the oldest one in the league right now is 39
Mm.
years old. Morgan Cox from Tennessee, 16 years. Josh Harris
Mhm.
from the Chargers, 14 years.
Yep.
Jake McQuaid for the Rams, 15 years. Aaron Brewer for the
Right.
Cardinals, 14 years. Then you've got 3 guys with 11 years in the league, one with 10, and then after the 10, the next closest
Yep.
is Bob Moyer.
Yep.
He's only been in the league 6 years. You're paying him $1.2 million right now.
Yes.
It's cheap money. They don't grow
Yeah.
on trees. Yes, there
No.
are a few others that are available, but they're all about the same price. So why get rid of somebody that's already got familiarization with your punter and your holder for your kicker? So
Well, let's be honest.
you don't let that
The
guy
reason
go.
the reason they have long careers is you can't have anybody lined up over them anymore. No long snapper, like you said, is probably getting more than like $2.5 million on any
Yep.
team. That's about the going rate. You know what he's making to maybe $3 million max. Other than that, they are cheap. But I'm not worried about a long. Look, I could care less. I mean, as long as I'm more
Dude, that's
worried.
an important. The highest salary right now for a long snapper is James Winchester, the third from
Yep.
MASH. Is on
Uh-huh.
Kansas City. He's getting paid 1.6 mil.
Okay, I'm more
So
concerned.
it's short money. You don't
It
let
is short money.
You
I'm
resign
more
that
concerned if our kicker that kicks field goals, it can be much more consistent than he was last year. I mean, there were times he was missing. I
Chad
get
wants
what
to
you're
know
saying.
what you think about Mendoza. Some people are asking what you think about Mendoza.
What I think about him?
Mm-hmm. Chewy
What I
says,
think
I
about
want to
him
hear
is,
him tell Jeff how good Mendoza is.
well, he is.
Ardell says Himdoza. What's up, Ardell? Welcome in, brother. How you doing tonight?
Mendoza is good. Look, I will say this. Should he won the Heisman? No. But regardless, he did. It is what it is. So does he have the attributes to be a good quarterback? Absolutely. Okay. Has good arm strength, can read defenses. If you watch him at Indiana, gets rid of the ball quickly, progresses through his reads it's not just he targets on the first guy. He progresses, okay? And he didn't throw, I don't know how many interceptions he threw this year, but he's not a runner, so he's kind of like, he reminds me of Brady, like he doesn't use his legs, but that's fine. But as far as progressions, arm strength, ball placement, and he has a rifle of an arm, yes, this kid has the attribute, and he's smart. He's going to be the first one in the building, last one out. That's what I think of him. He has the attributes where he can be a leader. Maybe his first year, which I mean, if we draft him, even if it's a second year and he starts like May, he'll be a leader. I do think it won't take, and the team will, yes, and he has that. He, as we all saw against Miami, he will put his body up. He will do it. He'll do it with his voice and he'll do it on the field. That's what I think of him. He has, and not just because we're going to take him. The kid can play. He's not ever going to beat anybody with his legs. That's what we have Genty for. Bowers. I don't know if we'll add other receivers, but if Besh can step up, he has weapons to get the ball to. So all those guys, and especially having Genty in the backfield, can alleviate so much pressure from the kid. So I think the kid can be who can I compare him to in the league right now? I don't know. Maybe he's no Mahomes, meaning because Mahomes uses his feet. I don't know, like a Burrow type, where Burrow doesn't, just slip. But that's what I think of.
Oh, wait a minute. Time out. Did you just compare him to Joe Burrow?
Meaning, I said Burrow doesn't use his legs, meaning I'm comparing him to like not using his legs. Like I said, he's no Mahomes. He's not going to be scrambling around. He's no like just, like Cam Ward will be running around. He's not that. I said, meaning like doesn't use his legs, but he slings the ball around and he reads defense. He can see where he needs to go with the ball and he'll progress. So that's what I think of Mendoza. He is going to be good. 5 years from now, maybe he's great.
He better be.
But
he better win us a couple Super Bowls if we're using him number one pick on him.
Well, let's be honest, Jeff. Let's do it your way. Even if we traded back to the number 2 pick and get the Jets' 16th pick as well, your number 2 pick better be whoever we draft, better be playing 5 years from now. We better be winning some Super Bowls because you be changing the culture, right? I mean, that's your opinion as well. Even if you go to 2, that player is going to be a game.
You pick a quarterback, you're expecting top-notch results from that quarterback. You're expecting top results from anybody you pick number 1 overall.
Okay.
But when it's a quarterback, you're at a different level.
I cannot disagree with you. I was just answering the question you said the chat had. What did I think of Mendoza? And I gave you what I think of him. Granted,
I know.
I'm no Mel Kiper. I don't want.
I heard you say Burrow in there, and that's what kind of threw me. I'm like, oh.
Well, yeah, meaning I was comparing him to like how Burrow doesn't use his, he slings it. He can like that. That's he's no Lamar. You know how Lamar will run for. Yeah, he's no Lamar. Like Mendoza is not going to beat people with his legs, but
Lamar's a different style quarterback. They're not even in the same atmosphere. Those two.
Right,
one's more of an athletic type quarterback, and Mendoza's not. If anybody's expecting him to do what Lamar Jackson does, then you're drafting the wrong guy because you're not.
That's what I'm saying.
If he's running, he's running for his life because our line sucks and we can't block for him.
Absolutely, but with the weapons we have right now, I'm just saying I know we don't, but you got Bowers, Mayer, Health. I'm saying you got a Tucker. We know what Genty can do. So he has weapons where it's like Kubiak's system is you don't hold on to the ball too long. Kubiak, if you're watching why did Sam Darnold look good? I mean, under Kubiak's system, he flourished. The dude flourished. You don't hold on to the ball, you get rid of it, and it's
all right. Well, yes. Just real quick. He flourished in the Kubiak's offensive system.
Yep.
A, they had a great offensive line. B, they had a great running back combination. Okay. And even when Charbonnet went down, Walker stepped up and did his thing. And they've got a Smith and Jigba who's played out of his mind this year. We don't have that. We don't have that number 1 wide receiver like they do. All right. Well, they've got tight ends that they used a lot too. Granted, their tight ends aren't the same caliber as Brock Bowers. Let's understand that. So right now, as far as offensive weapons for us, all we have is Genty and Bowers as 2 sure things. Well, not even sure things, because we don't even know what the full capability of what we can get from Genty if we get him a good blocking to establish a really good.
I don't know why you did. Okay, 2 things. Actually, if you watched,
I can see it
going into the middle for Seattle, their guard and I think it was their right guard and right tackle was a weakness all year, and teams were exposing that. The Patriots didn't do that for whatever reason. So their O-line wasn't like top 10. They had weaknesses, and I'm saying for weeks, I think even in the playoffs was getting exposed. Teams were exposing. I'm not sure if it was the right side or the left side of like the guard and tackle. They were exposing that against Seattle. Patriots didn't do it. I don't even know even if they did, it would have made a difference. But
I don't think the Patriots had the personnel to do it. That's the thing.
They probably didn't. And but I don't know why you're down on this guy. And when I say his name, I can already hear it. Why you're down that Tucker you think is not talented. and isn't good.
Okay, I never
I
said
don't
he's
know.
not talented. Okay,
Yeah.
I've never said he's not talented. So first, let's get that. But
Okay.
he's not a number one wide receiver.
I'll give you that.
He's-
When we talked about Tucker, I never said he was a number one.
Is he useful? Yes. Is
Yeah.
he talented? Yeah, he's got talent, but
Mhm.
he's not somebody you can count on every single game to be that guy. You need that guy out there. We don't have that guy
Okay.
in the wide receiver
when
position. We have that
when
guy.
we-
He's a tight end.
Okay, when we talked about Tucker and I brought Tucker up, I never told you he was a number one. I said to you, Tucker is good, and you always would know. I
I'm
always
saying
told.
he's not a number one.
Yep.
We don't have a true
No.
number one wide
I-
receiver. We don't have that.
So let me throw out some names to you. Dobbs from Green Bay, free agent.
No.
Okay, he's okay. He's more, and I agree because he's not a number one either. He's not a number one. I agree with that. He's more of Jacoby Myers type player. Move the chains. I do not want, and I hope we don't even consider it. I do not want AJ Brown, and I hope they don't even consider it. Okay, I don't. Right?
I agree. I don't want
I
AJ
would-
Brown either.
I would take this guy. I already mentioned it. He's 25, but I don't care the money. It's not our money anyway. Pierce from Indy, but I do think Indy is going to offer him a huge contract because it'd be stupid not to bring him back.
Well,
Okay.
it is our money. It's the salary cap.
No, I'm saying it's not like your money or my, as fans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'd be like, yeah, pay him whatever. But I think Indy is going to offer him a huge, because if they let him go, but anyways, would I love him? Because he can be a number one, 100%. Okay, 100%. That would be on, would be our number one. And then with Mendoza, for years to come, young running back, Bowers. If you had Pierce, you have Tucker, you have who's Besh or what? And I think, well, I shouldn't even say that. Who knows what he's going to turn out to be? Last year? It looked like we wasted a pick in the second round on taking him. It looked like we wasted that dude just. So we have Bowers, Tucker, really his receivers, really, and Gentry out of the backfield, But okay, so I mean, hey, I don't know who we get.
Bowers and Tucker.
And Tucker, right? That's because I'm taking the dude from, like I just said, we draft from Texas Tech. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know if it was the system or the NFL was too.
From Texas.
Everything was too fit. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him because in college he was great. Now, here's an issue.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Texas Tech. Who are you talking about?
It's where Besh or whatever his name came from.
TCU. Texas.
Oh, TCU. Sorry, you're right. TCU. Sorry, I'm thinking. Now, I saw a mock draft.
We just didn't get him out there enough. He's got potential.
He does.
That's how I look at it. I mean, he's got talent. I like him better than freaking Thornton. I don't like Thornton at all.
Well, here's the only thing where I think Thornton might have a shot this year.
Fidel, that remains to be seen right now. Who's going to be in the middle of the 3-4? We don't know.
Well, I'm saying Kubiak's right. We don't know, but I'm just saying if you look at the way he runs his off, he uses motion. That's going to be great for. Questions, right? I think question. I mean, we will see what happens. I mean, Jeff Long, 18 off from the line, 9 tackles. Camper, look.
Does anybody know the one of the greatest coaches this team's ever had What are his most famous things? What was it he always said?
No,
When you're building or
I
rebuilding a team, what's the one thing you need to do to start going in the right direction?
have a host that's not so sarcastic when he's talking to callers. I don't know.
No,
What do you say?
I'm just saying in general. I'm asking the chat too to input
Which coach?
in this.
Oh, well, which coach are you talking about? Because I
Well,
mean,
there's only one greatest of all time as far as I'm concerned for coaches for us,
Oh,
and that's
you're
John Madden. Yes,
Oh,
Flores
okay,
won
yeah.
2 Super Bowls, but Madden is what really instilled
yeah, he
what
instilled
it was
stuff.
to be a Raider, along with Al Davis in that era.
I
And
thought in
continued.
that era, I like that shell, but I mean, we're going back here. I mean, but you're right.
But, but what did he? What's up, Pittsburgh? What did he always say? It always starts in the trenches. So having an overabundance of offensive linemen and defensive.
Well, let me ask you a question. If you can only get one, Jeff, if you can only get one position on the O line taken care of, what would it be? Center, guard, tackle.
If I could only get what?
Like in free agency, you know for a fact we are going to get offensive line help, but we're going to sign one position. On the O-line, what would you want? Would you want a center, a guard, or a tackle?
I want a center.
You want a center. Okay. And we know doesn't seem to be in free agent. Linderbaum, forget him. Scratch him, right? The only other center you mentioned who I don't think is going to go anywhere because they got Brady and they're going to bring him back is the center from Buffalo. And he's not going to leave because I doubt Brady's going to let him go. Well, I mean, of course, I know it's up to the player, but I can see, you're playing from the same OC.
If you wave enough money in anyone's face, they'll take it. You just got to make them an offer that's too good for him to turn down. That's all.
Okay. But if you miss out on him, McGovern, right? You miss out on him. And I told you the other center, but I think he's retiring. But say he doesn't. And he was awful with Bradbury. He was good on the Vikings, and I don't know what happened when he went to.
How old is he
now? He's up. He played 8. I'm just saying it because it was 8-9 years in Minnesota, I think, something like that before the Pats, and he sucked. So I'm just saying, I'm looking at offensive linemen, and you're seeing guards and tackles, and you're not seeing many centers. So if we don't get one, JPJ has to go to center. He's going to move him to center, which I think that's where he'll flourish again. And then, okay, we might not be as bad, Jeff. We're not going to be great, but at least we have an offensive line coach, like you said, has years of. I'm not saying he turns us into a top, but maybe these guys can do much with what he has. He can work with them, even if they didn't sign any O-line in the offseason, free agency. Dennis, is that his name? Maybe he can turn them around a little bit. Like I said, they can only go forward. They can't get any worse. Yep. So, but anyways, hey, who knows? I don't know. Well, there's no beep or anything. I'm sure is your switchboard lighting up?
No.
Oh, okay. Hey, so, but you got us back on the Raiders then. Remember, you told me this was an NFL show. NFL, So I'm trying to stay off
for 2 hours on Friday, but you've been on for 47 minutes with me. I haven't wanted to hang up on you.
Well, don't worry. I know where you're 15 minutes from me. I'll just drive to your house. And
I moved over the weekend. I took the snow with me too. I moved.
This is, I will get off the phone if I've been on the phone. We're supposed to be good friends. You're the president of my chapter. You're the president of my chapter. Everybody else in the chat, like Sack, they're from, I don't count because they're in their own chapters. You're the president of my chapter.
Okay.
Like you're supposed to be much kinder. Like much, this is hurtful, Jeff. This is real hurtful. Hurt my feelings, buddy. And I think I'm older than you too. Really,
No, you're not.
All right. Okay. You're older than me. Okay. Great. I feel better. But anyways, hey, I've been on that long, but I wasn't supposed to be.
In May. Are you older than 56 or younger?
I'll be 53 in June, so I am younger.
That would mean you're younger.
It absolutely would, where you and I went to school, right? It would mean I'm younger. Yes. Smarter? Yeah, I'd say so too in the football world. absolutely. But hey, anyways, I didn't mean when I called. It was really only supposed to talk about get a center that would really help out the old lines because we're going to get Mendoza. So, anyways, good show, and hey, who knows who else is going to call in when I get off the phone? Maybe.
Why nobody? Because I'm calling it quits after this.
Oh,
My brain needs to relax.
Well, why you're doing like your 45th show tomorrow? You do like 19 shows a week.
Yeah,
I think.
Hey man, you know what? And people still show up and watch the show, and they're entertained. Mm-hmm. They get in the chat. They do their thing.
Yep.
I like to think I provide entertainment on a Friday night when it's needed. See?
Well, I don't want to start any rumors, but Leo could be leaving because I got in Leo's ear and I said, you should do your own food show. I said, leave Jeff. I'm Leo, like, I think Jeff is holding you back, Leo. He, when he was doing his food show, when he was in Disney World or Disneyland, I told him, I told Leo, I think Jeff is holding you back. Go on to the Food Network. So, but anyways, he laughed, but because he was doing his, when they went Disneyland with his girl and he was eating his chamangas or whatever he was eating and talking about. But anyways, yeah, good show. Okay, that's the last compliment I'm giving you. But good show. And I think I got my talking in for at least till April, I think. So you won't hear from me till you go to the draft. And make sure your phone is on because I will be calling you when we take Mendoza.
I won't be answering. I'll be live, so I'm not.
By the way, let me put this on you.
My phone will be on Do Not Disturb. You won't even get through. And guess what? I don't have voicemail on my cell phone, so you can't even leave me a message.
I'll get it. Let me ask you this: fourth pick, we have what? Second, what do we have? The 34th or 35th pick. Who would you like? We take Mendoza. What's the second pick you'd like?
I don't know. I honestly don't know right now.
I mean, you take your quarterback. Do you immediately say, "Okay, dude, we're going to go all line," or let me ask you, if Rodriguez
line with the second pick? I think right now at second pick, I would have to take probably the best linebacker available. Would be my guess.
I was going to ask you if Rodriguez. I don't know.
Oh, if he's there at number 36, oh hell yeah, he's on our roster.
Because.
But I have to look at if he's a God-fearing man, because if he is, then I know you'll be on board with him.
Hey, and by the way,
that's the only reason I want Mendoza.
And by the way,
like people have said they want Mendoza because he won the Heisman, and then when I ask, well, what else? Well, that's it. Yeah. Or he won a national championship. Well, what else do you like about him? Well, he won a national championship.
No. Yep. But Eric, those are fast.
Styles won't be there by the second round. I don't think he'll be gone.
Forget stuff. He's going. I saw a mock draft today. I looked at work, and he was. I think I saw Styles going 11. I don't know if that was Dallas. He's going top 12. He's not there early second. He's probably the first.
Oh, he's not making it to the second round.
He's the second linebacker taken off the board. You're right, because Reese is going before him. So he's the second linebacker taken off the board. Now, you're right. That's what I have thought. Second pick in the second round. I'm like, ooh, Rodriguez, because we have no depth at linebacker. But then I'm like, I don't know. You don't know now that we have a competent staff and coach. What is his game? I don't, their game plan. Do they, I don't know. I mean, but I would love Rodriguez, but is that a reach at that early? I don't know. Who knows? I mean,
what at reach where?
Like with what we got the set at the 36th pick, basically our second pick. If Rodriguez was there, I don't know if
he's the top linebacker that's still on the board, and that's one of our major needs now, knowing that we're going to go to a 3-4. Hell yeah, I'd take him.
I mean,
absolutely.
Him, and there's a dude from Cincinnati, and I think there's another linebacker that I said I read.
No, I didn't.
Cincinnati. I think he played. I think they moved him from. He moved, but and a linebacker from I can't remember the other school. There's a linebacker that they've kind of been, but yes, Rodriguez I would love, man, or the backer from Oregon, but I think he's more of a later.
Jack, why would I go out to the West Coast for a Bakersfield trip when I could spend the money and go to a Raiders game in Vegas? I love you guys, but I ain't going out to. I'm not going to go to Bakersfield before I go to Vegas for a Raiders game. Absolutely not. Sorry.
Jeff's not going out to. Mendoza's going to be the starter. Jeff's not going to any Raider game. Jeff will be.
I'll flip him off as he runs off the field.
I know you. You'll be booing him. You threw 4 touchdowns. Boo! What are you thinking? I know you. But hey, anyways, Jeff. Hey, it's past your bedtime. It's past my bedtime.
Past your bedtime, not my bedtime. I'll be up till 3, 4 in the morning. You shitting me?
Oh, you have a show to do. You got people in the chat.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm
saying? Tomorrow. I thought you meant tomorrow I have a show. I got 2 shows.
And by the way, earlier tonight you had that dude call from Houston that said, and he was talking about the tackle from Utah.
Yeah.
Like when that dude's not going to be there. That tackle's going like top 5 in a lot of drafts. The tackle from Utah he kept mentioning. You know.
Maybe
not. You know, maybe.
See, I'm doing a there right now. Boom! I just took Reese. Oh,
of course. You didn't take Mendoza. You probably
Nope.
put on hold for the Ole Miss quarterback next year, right? Ask your chat if they would take how many of them would take that.
Mendoza, though, if I passed on him, the Jet.
Yeah.
Oh, we could trade up. We could trade that pick. Who was he? Who was he saying that would be? What was the guy he was looking at from Utah? Spencer Fano.
Sano. He kept mentioning Banks, and then he kept saying, "Oh, there's a dude from
Spencer
Utah."
Fano. I just did a mock draft real quick to see where he would go. He went to Cleveland at number 6.
Yeah, see, that's what because he's right. I think I saw that draft today too at work. I mean, I did.
So this is how the first round went. I took Reese. Jets took Mendoza. Caleb Downs went to the Cardinals. Jordan Tyson went to Tennessee. Jeremiah Love went to the Giants. Spencer Fano to Utah. I've actually heard the Giants possibly taking him, to be honest with you. I've heard Jeremiah talk about it today, actually. Bailey went to the Redskins. Ruben Bain dropped all the way down to number 8. Carnell Tate, the wide receiver, went to KC. Sonny Styles went number 10. Let's see.
Now,
where did
let me
Kenyon Sadiq. This kid's good, man. This tight end from Oregon, man. If we needed a tight end.
Well, we don't. But I'll tell you what.
I saw we needed a tight end. Caleb Banks.
I saw a mock draft
down to 26.
I saw a mock draft where they had Tyree, that tight end, go to the Patriots at 31.
Halsey went number 35 to the Vikings. Lee Hunter went 33 to the Jaguars. D'Angelo Pons went to Arizona.
Yeah.
It's our pick right now. The number 1 guy on this is C.J. Allen from Georgia, a linebacker.
Yeah. Oh, to us?
Yeah, that's what I could take.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I think that was the other linebacker I was trying to think of. There was one for C.J. Allen. But my question to you is, I have seen what Kansas City might try. That kid might fall to them, or they'll try to get that receiver from Tate from Ohio State, which means, at some point in the draft we have to get secondary, or we got to sign some secondary players because having to face that dude twice, not very good. But see, you passed. You gave Mendoza to the Jets. I mean, why don't you just give them Genty while you're at it too?
Okay.
I mean,
put
Bowers and Crosby. Why did you give them? Hey, give them our best players and say, hey, you give us, let us have your 2nd and 16th pick. Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Oh, by the way, because this just about our coach is a God-loving man as well, right?
Huh?
Our head coach is a God-loving man as well, right? He bought the whole team Bibles. You know that?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So it's going to be.
I haven't played in about a month and a half to 2 months, Bueno. guys I normally play with, they've been into playing Dota 2 instead lately. So,
Well, anyways,
which is fine because I've been watching a lot of other streams and shit at night and doing a lot of homework. So, Furpo's in the house. What's up, James Furpo?
Yes. Well, anyways, go chit chat. Do what you got to do in your chat, you know. And by the way, where's my beanie? You still got a beanie left? 'Cause I told the wife I would order a beanie. So, anyways,
seriously,
I should seriously. But anyways, Jeff, take care of the chat. And you know, have a good night. It was a good show until you didn't listen.
When do I ever listen? I'm not going to that game. I don't want to watch it. I'm not going. I'll tell you right now, if New York City doesn't straighten their shit out, I don't think I'm going to the Jets game. Dude, seriously? I'm not going to that. I don't know. Fuck no. Not right now, I don't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I wouldn't feel safe there right now. Absolutely not. You got cops getting attacked by kids. Oh, no, kids. They were adults throwing snowballs with ice on them and rocks. They finally arrested one of the kids, and then they dropped all the charges. The DA dropped all the charges on the kids. Are you shitting me? So that's just basically telling you you can do whatever you want to the cops. If they have free reign to do what they want to the cops, oh hell no. They dropped all the charges. The guy's free. They didn't do anything. It's ridiculous. You're talking about never mind. That's for another show. I don't want to get. It's just. I'm sorry, but when you're in a city that dealt with what it dealt with on 9/11, and me being a former first responder, that hits close when it's shit like that because I saw it firsthand. After 9/11, after 9/11, everybody loved and got out of the way for firefighters and cops and everything. And then since then, it's been forgotten where now cops are bad guys. Fire department gets the same shit now too lately. There's no respect for any of that shit anymore. It's like when you call us, we're coming to help you. Whether it's a medical emergency or your house is on fire, that's what we're there for. What are you getting pissed at us for? But people still get pissed. So I don't want to get into it. I just that, that city's a shithole right now. I don't trust that that city, shitty city. And I love going to New York, but oh yeah, let's bring Mac Jones in instead of yeah. Let's do that. Let's not take Mendoza. Let's get Mac Jones. Trying. I'm just you know what I'm doing? I'm just winding that up. I'm just winding that siren up. Okay. Later. Oh boy. I'd rather tank with Gino again, Bill. Then what? If we're gonna tank, what the fuck? I don't know. Oh, here we go. What's up, Raider Foo? What's going on, brother? If anybody wants to call in, I'll take one more phone call and then I'll call it a night. So the phone line is still open 401 830 9189. I know normally on Friday nights I only do a 2-hour show, but at this point I'm still at it. That last phone call was almost an hour long. Don't forget tomorrow night, myself and Jason Downs at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. It's Raider Nation Voices. It's open to all Raider fans. It's a Raider fan theme show only. We do the same thing. We'll take the phone calls and we'll talk to whoever and anyone that wants to call in. Let's see. Then trade from McCorkle Jones. McCorkle Jones. Oh, God. I'm tired. That last one. Eric, you actually mentally exhausted me. Oh, man. But, all right. You know what? If no one's going to call in, I'm going to call it a night, I think. Still early. The best trade back is with Arizona. 2027 first and second, 2026 pick 3, 34, and 60. Ooh, I would do that. And then they can have Mendona. And yeah. Oh, speaking of don't know. I got munchkins over there. I still got a pizza too. I got plenty of shit to snack on. But all right, I'm calling it. I'm gonna shut the phone down. And line is closed. All right. Well, if anybody wants to leave a voicemail for tomorrow night, where'd I get this hat? A gentleman named LV Gear. I met him when we had when the Raiders came here to play the Patriots, and then when we went to Philly, he was down there and he had one of these hats and he gave me it. So yeah, it's got the elastic on the back, so it's a smooth fit. I like this hat. I didn't buy that one. He gave it to me, but I have that one, and then I bought this one at Mitchell and Ness in Philly. That one. See? Trying to get it close enough where you can read it without the glare. There it is. So I like that one too. This one's softer on the head. Let's see. Thanks, Lucky. This was fun tonight. It was different. A little weird. Let's see. You would get donuts in your mind making fun of Mendoza. Mendonuts. Later, Furpo. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate everybody for being here tonight. And again, Sacktown Mike, happy birthday, brother. Don't forget, if anybody's looking to become a member, I do have the 99-cent membership. 99 cents a month. That's not that bad. I don't normally push that, but it does cost funds to do certain things. So, and I'm trying to broaden my horizons and make the show a little bit more enjoyable every time. So, so I will be back on tomorrow night with Jason Downs and myself. We'll be doing the Raider Nation Voices tomorrow night. And yeah, and I'll be on during the day tomorrow with Jay from Just Raiders Baby. We'll be on at 1 o'clock Eastern and 10 o'clock Pacific, watching the skill positions for the combine tomorrow. So it's quarterback, running back, wide receiver tomorrow. And then Sunday will be on again for the offensive lineman. That's going to be the fun one for me. That's where I'm going to be happy. So, all right, everybody. Until next time, as I always say, stay safe and go Raiders.